By introducing. Ladies and gentlemen, July 22nd, Lakewood Blue Claws Stadium, FirstEnergy Park, the 2021 Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game. A fun day, a lot to look forward to. I'm Eli Fishman alongside JC Calavita. It's going to be a fun day between these two divisions, the Kaiser and the Wolff.
It's something we've been waiting for all season long. Our teams, we are the play-by-play guys for our respective teams. I do the Trenton Generals and the Trenton Capitals. You are the guy for the Jersey Pilots. And you know what? Our team's very well represented here. I'm seeing pretty much almost the entire starting lineup is full of Trenton Generals. You know, you guys like Chase Conklin, Ryan Murphy, Greg Delgado, absolute boppers out there, and you're going to see some sparks fly between these two teams.
Absolutely, some sparks are going to fly. A lot of teams well represented. This league has been amazing this year. Eagles 14-4, Generals 20-9, Pilots 16-11, and there's a lot of great talent that might go beyond this level of baseball.
Even the Blazers started out below 500. They've climbed their way even into second place into a playoff spot. I was just talking to some of the players like Ben Watson down there, who when he played the Gens, the first couple of games of the season, we couldn't get him out, and we can't beat the Blazers. The Blazers are a tough team, and the Wolf division has really stood out so far. The Kaiser division, they've had their standout players like Jay Bant and guys like Joe Sinella and Phil Marcantonio that have just absolutely mashed the ball this year and have really performed well. But we're seeing more guys like from the Wolf division really lighting it up, and I'm thinking they're the favorite tonight.
And we've got a lot of great players. And my favorite part about this All-Star game, at least so far, has been this ballpark. Home of the Lakewood Blue Claws, low affiliate of the Philadelphia Phillies. We're broadcasting from a minor league ballpark, a great stadium in New Jersey. What's your first take on the stadium so far?
I mean, the first thing I did was I saw my guys, Ryan Howard and Cole Hamels. Their numbers are retired here. Those guys were my entire childhood. And I actually ended up bringing my glove here. I had a catch with my old high school buddy, Kenny Tagliarini, who's starting at shortstop tonight out in left field. And I can't say I'm not a kid 'cause I'm only 19 years old, but it just takes you back to the Little League days. Baseball is one of the most important times of my life. It really was my entire childhood. Some families, went on cruises, went, on extravagant vacations. I played baseball with my best friends every summer, all summer, and you know what? I would never have rather done anything else.
And that's what this game is about. There really isn't a winner or a loser. This game is about having fun. But there's a very nice, expensive bat on the line for MVP. So let's go through our MVP picks. Who you got?
So again, I picked Kenny Tagliarini. I tweeted it just a little while ago. Kenny Tagliarini, what can I say about this kid? He is a absolute stud. Now he's a little bit small. He's 5'8", but the kid is jacked. He's strong enough to put one out dead center here, 400 to center field. He leads the league in stolen bases. He has 17 of those, and he's gonna get on base. I guarantee he gets on base tonight. First pitch, he steals. So I think he's gonna be my pick for the MVP.
And my MVP pick, I'm going with my team too. I'm going with the Jersey Pilots and Vince DiNicola. I mean, this is a big ballpark, but the Pilots ballpark at Drew University has very similar dimensions. Vincent DiNicola could put one out to dead center as well. He leads the league, tied for the league actually with 32 hits, leads the league with 9 home runs and 24 RBIs, and he has really been the spark plug for this Jersey Pilots lineup. They struggled a little bit at the beginning of the season. Bats were not great, made a lot of errors in the field, and he's been one guy that the team has rallied around him, so I'm really excited to see what he can do tonight.
Something that people actually underrate about Vinny DiNicola is his speed. Let me see if I can pull up how many stolen bases he has. He has 9 stolen bases, and that's a lot for a first baseman.
He's a big guy.
He's a big dude. Let's see if we can get his dimensions right here. He's 6'1", 210. I mean, that's he's not monstrous like David Ortiz was, but 9 steals for a 210-pound guy who's playing first base. That's pretty magical.
And the starting lineups we'll go over in 1 second. But next, I want to talk about the starting pitchers. We've got 2 guys who are some big-time D1 arms. Mark Scamardella coming from Bryant University in the Atlantic 10. That's a real big baseball school the last few years. And Winston Allen pitched at the University of Delaware, also Division One. He's transferring to the University of Richmond, another great baseball school. And it should be fun.
Winston Allen is gonna be a stud down there. His ERA is 0. He's pitched at Moody Park where the Gens and Caps play twice this year, and I've seen him absolutely dominate both teams. Now, one of the games the Gens actually came back from a 7-0 deficit and won that game. That was probably my favorite moment of this summer so far. But Winston Allen is going to mow batters down. Now, obviously, he's only going to go 1 inning. This is an all-star game. We're going to see everyone pitch, but I would be everyone tune in, watch Winston Allen pitch. He's going to be something special during his grad year at Richmond.
26 innings pitched on the season, and he is yet to allow an earned run. Opponents are hitting 115 off of him. You ready for this stat? .65 whip.
Wow, that's some Greg Maddux type stuff right there. And you know what, Winston Allen, we actually have something in common. We both played for the same club team back in the day. We both played for the New Jersey Niners. Shout out Rob Maida and all the Niners baseball clubs. We actually have a bunch of Niners here tonight, in Giuseppe Arcuri. And again, it's crazy how all these guys came from different places over the summer and have really come together. I know the Gens are one of the tightest and most loose teams. These guys didn't know each other just 2 short months ago, and now they're hanging out all the time. And it's really cool to see what one summer can do.
Exactly. These teams bond so quick. They're out here in the heat, in the summer, grinding, just having fun, and they all have so many connections as guys from all over the state, all over who combine. And going back to Winston Allen, I mean, he has been so much fun to watch this year. Slider that breaks away from right-handers. He's also got a curveball and a fastball. But another guy who I'm really looking forward to watching, he's a Trenton guy, so I'm sure you're very familiar with him, is Matt Rowe. Rutgers commit. He did not pitch very well before his senior year of high school. He was a really underrated guy, didn't even commit until late into his senior year. And this summer, 27 Ks in 17 innings. He has really lit up the radar guns as well, reaching the mid-90s.
Now, something I can say about Matt Rowe is that I faced him before. He is a scary kid to go up against, throwing 94 from that right-handed side. And the other day, actually, the last matchup between the Caps and the Gens, he actually hit Greg Delgado in the back. And I got to say, Greg fell and he was down for a little bit, but he's a tough kid. He got back up, but what we've seen from Matt Rowe, he's been on a little bit of a pitch count so far. It hasn't gone more than 4 innings, but man, can the kid get outs and get strikeouts. And I cannot wait to see what he does. He'll be coming in the second inning. He's going to be throwing absolute shed.
All right, so let's go over the lineups for each division, the Wolff and the Kaiser, and then we'll talk a little bit about them. First, for the Wolff division, Chase Conklin's playing second base and leading off with the Gens. Kenny Taglaretti, the shortstop, hitting second with the Trenton Capitals. Vinny DiNicola at first base of the Jersey Pilots. Ryan Murphy, also of the Generals, in right field. Greg Delgado in left. He's hitting fifth. Hitting sixth is Mark McNally, the third baseman, also of the Generals. Ben Watson of the Blazers, he's in center. Danny Melnick for the Generals, and Ben Petrone for the Generals. You can see why they're the first team in the standings for the entire league. I mean, the lineup for the All-Star game, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Trenton Generals.
What I love to see about these Generals guys, now, you got the big boppers, obviously, in Murphy and Delgado and Conklin. But you also got guys like Mark McNally, who's quietly come into his own. He's transferring from New Mexico State. He just committed to Seton Hall. Congratulations, Mark, on that. But Danny Melnick is somebody I really want to emphasize. That kid has an absolute cannon of an arm. His pop time is great. His form is great, and the staff loves him. He gets the guys out. They've had great pitching all season. They get a lot of strikeouts, especially from my main guy, Joey Sheets, who's going to be pitching the 9th inning today. But again, all around, the Gens just so clutch, and I don't want to, poo-poo on the other teams because they've got some talent, but the Generals they're really just overly showed and represented on this Wolff Division team.
Yeah, and we've got some great young arms. As I said, Rowe, he's committed to Rutgers. Joe Sheets is committed to Columbia University. We've got some Seton Hall commits, a Monmouth commit. So it's very exciting. It should be a great game. A lot of young players. And now we'll go over the lineup for the Kaiser division. Batting first for them is David Coleman in center field from the Ocean Ospreys. Robert Estrada in right field. He's been a lot of fun for the Eagles. We'll discuss him. Jackson Tucker, the left fielder for the Phenoms. Brian Scateni, the catcher for the North Jersey Eagles. Joe Kakuza, the shortstop of the New York Phenoms. Ryan Ford, the first baseman from the North Jersey Eagles. Jay Ban at third base. I've really liked what I've seen from him this season. Monmouth commit. Also from the New Brunswick Matrix, Max Winters, designated hitter. And rounding out the order is Devin Boone, the second baseman. And as I said, Mark Scamardella on the mound.
So I like to talk a little bit about Jay Bant. Now, he and I actually played on the same team together when we were about 16 years old. Jay's actually younger than I was. He was playing up. And Jay Bant can absolutely demolish baseballs. He's a big lefty power hitter. He's got a great glove over there at third base. He's performed very well for Wall High School. And I think, I'm going to call it right now, Jay Bant goes deep tonight.
That's quite a bold prediction. But no, I mean, I've really liked what I've seen from him. He's really got the potential to be a five-tool player in Division I baseball at Monmouth
Well,
University.
I wouldn't go too far to say five-tool. Jay Bant isn't exactly the fastest runner ever. He's definitely gotten faster. Somebody lived with fire under his belly, and we've seen a lot. Now, I want to talk about Ryan Ford. We both go to the same college, Penn State. Love Penn State. Let's go Nittany Lions. Football tickets for sophomores went on sale today. Finally got those. Really stressful morning for me. But Ryan Ford, he's a great left-handed hitter. I love seeing him play. And let's hope he can actually bring my Nittany Lions some luck.
And Mark Scamardella on the mound. He's got a 3.9 ERA with the New York Phenoms on the season. As I said from Bryant, 27.2 innings, 26 strikeouts. You know, these teams are being introduced right now, seeing these guys come out on the field. And, you know, every time we see these groups together, this is a great crop of guys, especially from cold weather states like New Jersey, Pennsylvania, a couple Staten Island guys, a couple guys from Brooklyn on the New York team. But this isn't an area that gets a lot of love baseball-wise, but there's a lot of talent, and it's great to see all these guys come together. And, you know, this year, guys, you know, Anthony Solamento drafted first round in the Major League Baseball draft by the Pilots. Shane Panzini drafted as well. Jack Leiter, second overall. All New Jersey guys, so it's really great to see this group.
I love that you brought up Shane Panzini again, another guy I played with. It's actually really cool. I wasn't even that good. I was an okay outfielder, average 5'9", 160-pound outfielder who could hit singles and run a little bit. But these guys are studs, and it's awesome to see New Jersey finally putting them on the map. You got guys like Mike Trout and Todd Frazier really exploding New Jersey. And don't forget about Chase Petty to the Twins. He's a stud. He is an absolute stud, and I can't wait to see what the state of New Jersey can do, and even for northern guys like. It's really cool that the best player in baseball for the last, decade has been from the Garden State, and it's awesome to see that Northeast baseball is being represented in the MLB.
Now we've got a first pitch coming up as well. And the North Jersey Eagles, I want to give a shout-out to them. They do a great job every year with, production, everything, and they also have a whole organization from 8U all the way up to a collegiate baseball team. And tonight, throwing out the first pitch in this game is Carmelo Sinella. So I'm told to give a huge shout-out to Carmelo, 9U junior MVP of the North Jersey Eagles. That's a big kid for 9 years old.
Yeah, that kid's not. That wasn't that big when I was even 13. And that'll be Chris Reeder catching behind the plate. And that kid goes right to that 60-foot mound. You love to see that, see how he does. Hey, that looks like a strike to me, man. Kid throws some chat. Hopefully, maybe he'll be playing in this league someday. But you know what? I gotta say, it is a beautiful night for baseball out here. We got fans in the stands, and you know what? And we're gonna pause the national anthem real quick. We'll be right back. Again, another beautiful tradition we got here in baseball, the national anthem. There's all this stuff going around right now, but I love baseball. It's one of the best. Oh, look at they're doing that. Look at that. They're doing a stand on the third base line standoff. I love that. That's Murphy Arcuri and Chris Reeder. Love to see that. But anyway, so Eli, we've been doing this almost all summer. The season's winding down. What has been your favorite moment this summer?
That is really hard to pick. There has been some really fun games this summer, some really fun moments. I would probably have to go with a Vinny DiNicola go-ahead three-run homer. I don't exactly remember who it was against. It was a home game very early in the season, but as I said, he's been really fun to watch. And a huge shout out also to Joe Pachek, left-handed pitcher for the Pilots. He was voted to be in the All-Star game, couldn't make it, so he's not here unfortunately. But he's thrown at least three 6-inning games where he's allowed an inning or one run or less. Excuse me. He's been really fun to watch, and some of the great moments have just been, being able to call those games and witness this experience.
That's an awesome
What
experience
about
to
you?
see.
What about you?
I gotta go with my Trenton Generals coming back from 7-0 down against your Jersey Pilots and to win 11-7. It was awesome. Now, the recap of that game is actually on our Instagram and on our YouTube page. You guys can go check it out. It's crazy. So the Gens are down 7-zip in like the third or fourth inning. This is a 9-inning game, I believe, and they just start coming back and coming back and coming back. And the Pilots bullpen kind of imploded, but it was really cool to see it. It was one of my favorite things. I loved all the calls I made. It was really cool to see all that, and you don't really see that too very often. But this is the ACBL. This isn't the majors, so you're gonna see a little bit more wacky things. And actually, at Moody Park, where our games are played, I love to say you see something new every single night.
You know what's really nice to see about this All-Star game? Four umpires. We've had a couple one umpire games. They're mainly two umpire games, but to see four umpires in an ACBL game, that's pretty nice.
You love to see that. That's what we do. Mike Olshan takes care of his guys. Mike Olshan, the owner for the Trenton Generals and the Trenton Capitals, he takes care of his guys. We're doing amazing things here, and as Mark Scamardella is coming to, or no, yeah, it is Mark Scamardella. He's coming out now to warm up. We're getting ready for first pitch as Chase Conklin's going to lead it off. Now I'm going to talk about Chase Conklin for a little bit. He is he's one of the sweetest swings I've ever seen, and he can play everywhere. He's typically a second baseman. He's played shortstop a lot this summer, and he even played center field the other night. So I love to see the utility players and just being there for your team, being able to contribute in a positive way.
Conklin's had a great season at the plate. 7 RBIs, 286. As you said, he can really run the bases too. 6 stolen bases on the season as Scamardella takes his warm-up pitches for Staten Island native from Xavier in high school. Didn't make an appearance this spring at Bryant in his freshman season, and it's going to be very, very fun to watch him on the mound.
What can we expect to see from him? Because I know, obviously, we are both in the Wolff division, guys. We don't really see much of this Kaiser division. So, do you know what his arsenal's like? Can you tell us what we're going to be seeing in this first inning?
He was mainly fastball slider. I saw him pitch against the Pilots in New York. He allowed, I believe, 2 runs in 5 innings. It was a really good pitcher's duel in the game between the Pilots and the Phenoms. I recall him being mainly fastball, slider, changeup, if I recall correctly. But he's a righty. He's going to come at you. He throws a lot of strikes, and it's going to be a pitcher's duel. There's a lot of talented pitchers in this league.
All right, here comes Chase Conklin. Kid's a stud, and you know what? Wouldn't be surprised to see him lay one down and lead off the game. That's not exactly what you're always going to do. But if you look at Jay Ben over at third base, he's very far back there. But let's see what he can do. I'll let you take over the play-by-play, buddy.
Mark Scamardella stepping on the mound, gives a nod, and he deals first pitch of the ACBL 2021 All-Star Game just upstairs for a ball. So a 1-0 count on Conklin from Richmond University. 3 at-bats in the spring. Scored run on the season. Ground ball up the middle, a base hit for Chase Conklin. Starts the game with a base hit. Big wrap around first base. but he stays right there, and that's quite a way to start it.
You
Where
love to
this
see that from Chase. He's going to attack. He's not a guy that likes to wait in the count. He doesn't like to. He doesn't really strike out that much. He's going to put the bat on the ball. And here comes my guy Kenny Tags. A second team All Conference as a freshman playing in the for Dickinson, a Division III team, and he was playing positions that he didn't actually usually play at left field and third base.
hit 326 in the spring at Dickinson as he takes a called strike from Scammerdell. It's Agliareni, infielder, freshman. This was his freshman season actually at Dickinson. He takes a called strike. And he's had a great summer. 318 batting average, a homer, 11 RBIs. Leads the league with 17 stolen bases as Scammerdella deals fastball upstairs.
You talk about that home run. So Kenny and I went to high school together, played with each other for 4 years, and we've been talking about me calling one of his home runs for a really long time. And it's great that we got to do that. It got posted on our high school baseball team's Twitter page, and it's an awesome experience to be able to do that for him.
Absolutely. The offering to him, slider, inside for a ball to Tagliareni. 2-1 is the count.
Tags is going to get on base any way he can. He's going to take pitches, but when he gets the right one, you know it. He has great barrel control, and he doesn't miss barrels very often.
And the 2-1 offering hits him in the shoulder.
Took it like an absolute champ. He didn't even flinch. Look at that. Look at the tough guy walk down to first base. Now, that may hurt his chances to win the MVP, but we'll see what happens as we got your guy coming to the plate.
Vinny DiNicola, my MVP pick, comes to the plate, but that must really hurt mentally for Kenny Tagliareni. First All-Star game at bat, you really want to make a splash, and you get plunked in the bat.
Kenny's a stud, man. All he cares about is getting on base.
Well, he's got a big lead. No one's covering it first. And Vincent DiNicola, now the batter, the first offering to him, fouled back up off the base of the suites, right in front of him, right in front of us, up in the press box at FirstEnergy Park. And, man, Vincent DiNicola this season has just been simply insane to watch for the Jersey Pilots. Leads the league with 8 homers, 23 RBIs. He's hitting .378 with the league-leading 31 hits in 24 games. Hasn't played nearly as many games as some players on some other teams have. 31 hits. 9 stolen bases, as you mentioned, as well. Scammerdella takes his time, checks the runner, a breaking ball in the dirt.
Can't do that. Scattini's going to need to field those balls right now because Tags and Conklin are going to run at the drop of a hat. You're not throwing those guys out. Again, Tags leading the league in stolen bases. And I wouldn't put it past the Wolff division to double steal right here. The Jensen Cats have done that all year.
Exactly, especially in an all-star game like this. It's every man for himself, especially with miscommunication between these teams. As DiNicola fouls, that's a tough outside pitch on the outside part of the plate. Fouls it off, stays alive, 1-2 count.
He drove that very well. It was just a little bit late on it. He sent it well hit down the right field line. Just foul.
And Conklin at second base did a little fake steal. A couple pumps looking like he was going to go, but he stayed there. And
I've seen that all summer. That's a patented Chase Conklin move.
Scammerdella comes set. Checks the runner. Checks him again. Comes home. DiNicola fouls it off again. That was a nice changeup. Again, DiNicola fouled it off. And he has a big home run swing, but he's a guy who puts the ball in play as well.
Eli, I got to ask, what has been the best experience for you this summer as being a broadcaster? We're both trying to make it in this business. It's so hard to make it. But what is the biggest piece of advice you've gotten this summer?
I wouldn't say the piece of advice, but the thing I've learned is just reps. This is a long ACBL season, and there's some games, as DiNicola takes a fastball up and out, that are very long, a lot of action, sometimes games where there's 20 walks and no action. But it's about being able to talk through those games, keep the viewers occupied, keep talking, and just really about gaining that experience.
What I like to do is I like to tell a story. I talk to my guys, before the games. I watch batting practice, and it's so important to tell a story because you can see it on the field. You can see what's happening, and a lot of the times you don't. As Joe Buck, one of my inspirations says, like they're seeing the field. You don't need to say a ground ball to third base. They like to hear the stories and the interesting facts about those players and the interesting things that they've done to get here.
That's very true. As DiNicola takes a changeup for a ball, so the count is now full. I mean, we have so many more experiences. A pickoff attempt at second base, just back there is Conklin. But with these players and seeing all these games, we have so many experiences that other people can't tell, can't speak to. So it's about being able to share those.
And I think it helps to actually have played the game. I know you and I both played it a high level, and it's just different the way we talk about baseball than people who haven't actually played.
Absolutely. As DiNicola hits a high fly ball, shallow center field, Coleman the center fielder under it. And tagging to third base is Conklin, and shallow center. Play at second is
Kenny tags with
Kenny
the
Tagliaretti.
great,
That was
great
a great piece of
aggressive base
running.
running. You love to see that. That's what he does best. That's what sets him apart. He is your run of the mill 5'8" lefty second baseman who can run fast. But his smarts is really what sets him apart. I know when I played with him, he would always on little fly balls out to the outfield. He would fake that he caught it to fake out the runners. Say I got it when the ball was way over his head. And that's just the little things that you do to get an edge in this game when you don't exactly have the size to get by.
So now runners on second and third for Ryan Murphy of the Generals. And the first pitch from Scammerdella swung on, line drive, right center
Let's
field.
go,
And it will
Murph!
drop. Conklin's home easily. Tagliaretti is home standing up. A 2-run base hit for Ryan Murphy. What an exciting way to start this game. That must feel good for him.
That's exactly what I expected from Ryan Murphy. He is a big guy, but he knows how to go the other way. He knows what to do with his hitting. He knows how to do directional hitting. And when you got a guy who's not exactly throwing speedsters right out, you're not throwing exactly the hardest. You go the other way. You take what you can get. He wasn't trying to do too much, but he did it what needed to be done.
Exactly. That was a great piece of hitting. Taking the ball the other way on an outside fastball, and that brings up Greg Delgado. And now he steals. No, he's not. Goes back. Does the fake that all these Trenton Generals do, but a swing and a miss, and the count's 0-1 on Greg Delgado, who's also been extremely fun to watch. Leads team with a 408 batting average, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs on the summer. And the 0-1 offering upstairs from the Bryant righty. And Delgado goes to Nova Southeastern, which has been a real powerhouse over recent years. One of the top Division II teams, 2016 national champs.
He was an All-American this year at Mercer County. He's swings and misses at that one, but Greg Delgado hit one of the farthest home runs I have ever seen yesterday, or not on Tuesday. He did that. Jake Kimmick, who's going to be in left field later in this game, he gave a little courtesy trot out to left. He just watched it go. Courtesy drop for his pitcher, but that ball was pieced.
And the 1-2 offering upstairs for a ball. Yeah, so Delgado's committed to Nova Southeastern, as I said, one of the D2 powerhouses. He spent the last 2 years at Mercer County College. And this spring, the whole reason he's committed, hit .452 with 9 homers and 41 RBIs in 34 games in junior college. And this is a really competitive area for JUCO. That's quite impressive. Checks his swing. They say he went. First strikeout of the night, and there are 2 retired here in the top of the first.
So this is going to bring up Mark McNelly. Now, he's a stud. I mean, all these guys are studs, but Mark McNelly had really turned it on towards the end of the season. He was slumping a little bit. He had a few triples in the early going, but now he's really turned it on. He didn't actually earn the starting third baseman job until about halfway through the season. He was swapping off with another player, but Mark McNelly, I'm excited to see what he brings to the table tonight.
Hitting .377 on the season, 3 triples as you mentioned. That's a lot in the first pitch to him. Fastball inside for a ball.
I do not envy this Kaiser division staff. They have boppers up and down the lineup. Even the 9-hole hitter in Ben Patron, the DH, he has a couple of home runs this year, and he can really put the bat on the ball, even though he's 165 pounds.
1-0 count. Scammerdella comes set. Fastball upstairs for a ball. 2-0. Scammerdella's fallen behind, and you will never want to fall behind to a guy like Mark McNelly, who could put the ball at any part of this ballpark from the left field line to the right field line and over the fence as well. And 2-0 upstairs for a ball, 3-0. But this is an all-star game, so we may very well see a 3-0 swing from McNelly if he likes this pitch.
And you know what? Tony La Russa, you can eat your heart out because 3-0 swings here in the ACBL, especially in the all-star game, amazing. Love to see it. Hopefully McNelly gets the green light right here.
And the 3-0 upstairs. Didn't give him a pitch he liked, but that's a ball. Runners on first and second for Ben Watson. And this is another guy who, when the Blazers played the Pilots and I got to see him, he really made some noise at the plate, on the bases, in center field. Elizabethtown College Jr. He's hitting 323 with 13 RBIs on the summer. 3 triples as well.
Ben Watson again. You can't say enough about this kid. You can't get him out. He gets on base. He's like a little cockroach. You can't really get rid of him.
Called strike on the outside corner. So 0-1 the count. It's so nice to look at that scoreboard and see Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League and the logo and the scoreboard and all that, especially because some of these stadiums don't have scoreboards that we visit as well in the ACBL.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially some of them. Some of the scoreboards aren't even right half the time.
Exactly. Fastball outside for a ball. So 1-1 is the count on Watson. And some of these guys are going to get 1-2 at bats, so they're going to fight every pitch they can. They want to hit this baseball as far as they can, make some noise. We've got a nice crowd as well, too, for some collegiate baseball in the Shore. He hits a line drive that will drop, but right in front of the shortstop. Kakuza, he throws to first, but it's not in time. A line drive a couple steps in front of him, not able to pick it up on the fly. And my goodness, Ben Watson just flew down the line. Routine chopper to shortstop. He's safe, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Danny Melnick.
Danny Melnick, familiar territory right here on Tuesday in the first inning, top of the first. Basic clearing double. So I'm expecting an RBI right here from at least one from Danny Melnick right here. And as you said about Ben Watson, absolute jets on the kid. He can absolutely fly down the line. I think he would have beaten that out even if Ford had scooped it clean.
First pitch to Melnick, fouled back right on the fastball from Scammerdella. So the count goes to 0-1. Melnick, 321 batting average on the season, 13 RBIs, including 5 doubles for the Trenton Generals catcher. From Quinnipiac University, the Bobcats. That's another great Division I program. A bit up and coming. And the pitch. Called strike. Checked his swing. Looked like he didn't go, but regardless, it's a called strike. So 0-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. It's a 2-0 ball game here in the top of the first.
Melnick already the 8th man to come to bat in this inning.
The Ryan Murphy 2-run single supplied those runs. Let's see if they can add some. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the upstairs fastball. Struck him out. Scammerdella is fired up. And the Kaiser division will come up to the plate in the bottom of the inning. Let's see what they have. We are back in the bottom of the first inning, a 2-0 ball game. thanks to a huge 2-run base hit by Ryan Murphy. And my guy, Jersey Pilots, Winston Allen, stepping on the mound. And stepping up to the plate is David Coleman, the center fielder from the Ocean Ospreys. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike.
So
Allen, with that funky three-quarters delivery, kind of, comes back a little bit, throws it in there.
as there's a ball inside on Coleman, interesting fact about him, he's Canadian. He is from
Did not know that.
Mississauga. I'm definitely mispronouncing that. Ontario. He played for the Ontario Blue Jays, and he's going to be a freshman at High Point this fall.
He hits a high fly ball, foul down the right field line. Piece that one. That was real hard hit.
He
by
has
Coleman.
a sweet swing, and this is the first time I've ever seen this kid play. I think a sweet swing.
Coleman, 351 batting average on the summer. Pitch to him inside for a ball with the slider there. So the count is 2-2 on the leadoff batter. I wonder what. Well, obviously it's not going to count during the season, but it must not be great for Winston Allen if he gives up a run in this situation as fastball upstairs.
That's funny that you mentioned that because a weird story. 2008, remember Brad Lidge went 48 for 48 with save opportunities. He lost. He got the loss in the All-Star game.
You wouldn't want that at all, as he hits a high fly ball, shallow left field. Coming in on it is Delgado. Watson, the center fielder, calls him off. Obviously some miscommunication. I mean, these guys haven't played with each other before. But regardless, it's an out, and the center fielder does have superior call in that situation. That was the right play.
As a former outfielder, you love to see the communication, but these guys, Greg Delgado, he's definitely out there for his hitting, not so much for his defense. But I've seen him make a couple of really nice plays this summer.
Robert Estrada steps up to the plate of the North Jersey Eagles. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch. Really got fooled with that changeup.
So first impression of Robert Estrada, immediate respect. He's not wearing batting gloves. He's automatically a stud. So Robert Estrada, hats off to you, bud.
I think you're going to like Kyle Richards when he comes in this game then. He goes no batting gloves. Big swing.
Oh, no, I've seen Kyle Richards play. He hit an absolute titanic home run against the Gens just a couple of weeks ago.
He just swings for the fences, but he, funny enough, half the time gets a double. It's a very, very interesting thing.
That's what Matt Stairs used to do. Matt Stairs, he would come up saying, "Hey, I'm trying to hit a home run every time," and it really worked out for him.
Yeah, and singles the other way. Even though he has such a big swing, Kyle Richards just always puts the bat on the ball, which is interesting. Estrada this season, he's the league leader with a .412 batting average, 17 RBIs, a triple and a homer, a 1-2 count. Winston Allen deals. Big swing and a miss. Got him on the changeup. Give him a chair. A beautiful changeup breaking into the right-handed hitter. And there are quickly 2 outs. Winston Allen, this is what we've seen for the Pilots.
You love to see the mixing of speeds there. So much in today's Major League Baseball is just fireballer after fireballer and maybe occasionally throwing a 2-strike curveball. But Winston Allen is a pitcher. There's some throwers out there, but he is a pitcher, my friend.
This is another guy I'm really high on. Jackson Tucker steps up to the plate against Winston Allen, a call strike. And do you know what's also an interesting dynamic? Winston Allen is heading into his 5th year of college, grad school at the University of Richmond. Jackson Tucker is 18 years old, committed to St. John's, not a lick of college baseball experience. So I always think that's funny. You can have a guy who hasn't even stepped foot on a college campus facing a guy who technically has 4 years of experience.
Yeah, and you got guys like Ben Patron, who's the DH tonight. He's going to bat leading off the second. He's just like that, and he has really held his own. He is not a boy among men in the Generals clubhouse.
Allen, 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider. Oh, my goodness.
That was pure filth from Winston Allen. Great use of those off-speed pitches, and he deserves to celebrate as he walks off the field, and he throws his scoreless inning.
Winston Allen, it stays alive, the scoreless streak. And coming to bat in the bottom of the inning will be the Wolff, in the top of the second inning will be the Wolff division. 2-0, they lead. The ACBL All-Star Game is brought to you by Team Toyota of Princeton, 2871 on US 1 in Lawrenceville. They also have a location in Longhorn, 746 East Lincoln Highway in Langhorne, New Jersey. Toyota, let's go play. 2-0 game here in the top of the second inning, and a swing and a miss. Now on the mound in the top of the second inning is Aljo Sujak. 2 straight strikes to Ben Petrone, the designated hitter. And 0-2 is the count. Lefty-lefty matchup, the pitch. Breaking ball outside. So now 1-2 on the left-handed hitter. Sujak from Hofstra University in Long Island. And the 1-2 swing and fouled down the first base line into the opposing team dugout. So 1-2. Sujak from Tenafly, New Jersey. He pitched his first season of college baseball at Northwestern Florida State. As a big swing, high fly ball down the line. It will drop fair. Rounding first, headed to second is Petrone. He'll round second, headed to third. Petrone slides in there, safe. A triple down the right field line for Ben Petrone. 2-0. Leading is the Kaiser. Is the Wolff division, and Ben Petrone now on third base to start off the inning. And also, we have a very special guest in the booth now. Joining me is my Jersey Pilots catcher, designated hitter, Kyle Richards. Kyle, how you doing tonight?
How we doing? Like checking out the stats here. I think the Generals over here got like a little stat boost. Just a little saying over here. Just saying. No biggie. Oh.
As that ball hits Chase Conklin in the back. The second hit by pitch. Two Trenton guys getting hit by pitches so far. Kenny Tagliarenni in the first. And I know for you, this is an all-star game. You do not want to get hit by a pitch. You want to swing for the fences.
No, not one bit. Hurts. You want to hit a home run every time. Just throw the back out. You're good.
You get a 3-0 count. You're swinging for the fences. 3-0.
No question, swinging. No, I'm not looking to take. It's not a stat booster game.
The first pitch is swing and foul tipped into the glove of the catcher Melnick. Kenny Tagliarenni back at the plate, hit by the pitch in the first inning. You want to win the All-Star game, though, right? And you guys are ahead 2-0 already.
Yeah, you want to win, I guess. Also want to get the All-Star MVP, just saying. My prediction is the on-deck batter over here, Vinny. Shout out to my teammate over there. What's up, Vin? He's going to go yard this at-bat, just saying.
He was my prediction as well, as the count is 0-2 on Tagliarenni. I mean, what's it been like playing with him as well? Because the guy is just absolutely tearing up. It feels like he has a home run every single game.
Well, I mean, I wasn't there yesterday. Unfortunately, I had to work. But apparently he had one. And then in Quakertown, he had two that are still, I think, into orbit. I think it just hit off that Lakewood Township water sign there. Just saying. Oh, here we go. All right, where we going? First pitch, second pitch, home run?
Let's see. DiNicola steps up to the plate after Tagliarenni strikes out. And the first offering, swing and a miss on a slider. He was really chasing there.
Ooh, I had it there. Okay, we're close. Let's go, Vin.
What's the nicest stadium you've ever played in? This is a real nice ballpark right here.
Oh, I had that in blue. All right, whatever. Probably the nicest stadium I ever played at was Somerset Patriots. That one was gorgeous. I played there for our senior day every year in high school. And then, yeah, it was the last time I played there, I think, my senior year of high school.
Have you ever played here before?
Oh, Vin, that's still RBI. Let's go, Vin.
An RBI base hit by Vincent DiNicola. Coming home is Ben Petrone. Advancing to second base is Chase Conklin. 3-0. The Wolff division now leads. DiNicola, our prediction to be the MVP with a little bit of a boost right there. You're
Yeah.
gonna come in at DH, correct?
Oh
Late
yeah, I'm
the
coming
game.
in. I think it's after 2 at bats for the DH, and then I come in.
You
So
don't want to be catching bullpens though
no, not one
at the
bit.
All-Star
Not at
game.
all. Not at all. Bullpens are not fun. Just want to come up there and hit some bombs.
So have you been asked yet by a reliever to catch your bullpen
Um,
before they come in?
Coach Fred tried to throw a little dig in there, say I'll catch some bullpens, but I shot that down quick. But love Coach Fred, but I ain't doing that. I've came to hit some dingers and have some fun. Oh, that
A
was a
big
hack.
swing and a miss by Ryan Murphy. He had the 2-run base hit in the first inning to give the 3-1 lead for the Wolff division.
This guy's got some movement on his pitches.
0-2 pitch.
Nope.
Check
No, he didn't.
swing.
Oh,
And they say he went.
sir.
That was a close call.
We have to be neutrals. I mean, I'm going to go with a bias here that he did not go, but hey, different eyes, I guess. It's fine.
And I know you love to chat up the umpires during games.
I do.
You hear it quite a bit.
I do. It's not the strongest thing, but I make it fun. I don't go at them too harshly. Depends what it is. If it's Bob, shout out to Bob. I don't know if he's here today, but Bob, he's out there.
Craig Delgado, a big swing and a miss on the fastball. And it's 0-1. Have you gotten tossed?
No, not from chirping. Not from chirping. I've gotten tossed one time in my life. The kid was playing the outfield, left field. I was catching that game. Kid comes in, throws an elbow, came in hard, like had no intention to slide. So I took exception to it. Umpire had my back, but he goes, you know what, you got to go for it. I was like, all right. So I walked back to my car, put my feet up, watched the movie, came back for game 2. And that was it.
When was that?
That was 2018, so right before I came to college. Yeah. It's a while ago. Wow, I feel old.
So a 1-2 pitch and a swing, and a
Oh,
foul ball
that's
down the
tough.
first base line and out of play. I know you wish we had a home run derby here as well.
Oh
too.
my God, that'd be electric. If we had a home run derby here, my money's still on Vin, but that'd be awesome. Have the kids out in the outfield. That'd be great.
Still a 1-2 count on Delgado.
Nope.
Fastball in the dirt for a ball. Stays alive. So 2-2 on Delgado. And the Pilots have been hot as well lately. You know, they're a team that's coming around.
Pilots are hot. We are 3 in a row. Yep, 3 in a row. About to be 4 on Saturday. Oh, actually 5 at the doubleheader. Oh, that's a ball.
How do you stay focused in these? Well, I mean, you really don't. But in these double headers in the heat,
Doubleheaders.
a
are
lot of the
brutal.
time you're catching one, sitting one, or catching one DH in one.
It's a lot of water, and just gotta think past it. Like, all right, we're gonna get out of here soon. Especially on the days when we had that heat wave when it was like 100 degrees plus. That was brutal.
3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. So the Wolff division goes down, but not before an RBI base hit by Vinny DiNicola of the Jersey Pilots.
Let's go,
Kyle
Vinny.
Richards, thank you for the half inning,
Of course. Thank you for having me.
and good luck to you. we are back. Bottom of the second inning, and it's a 3-0 ball game. The Wolff division is leading the Kaiser division. And, you know, a guy who we're very excited to see Rutgers commit, Matt Rowe, steps onto the mound for the Wolff division. And stepping up for the Kaiser division is Brian Scateni. Takes a breaking ball inside. And Rowe, the Rutgers commit, has had a great season on the mound, 27 Ks and 17 innings pitched. Has been a little bit wild, though, 16 walks. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, so 1-1.
You're seeing right there, he's painting the corners, but what he's going to do, you'll know he's a little bit off if he's going to throw it high and tight to a right-handed bat.
Scateni, fastball upstairs for a ball, so 2-1 now the count. That's a close pitch. Scateni from Rider University in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, Division I school. They made it all the way to regionals in this 2021 college baseball season. Change up low and out. That was a close pitch, but the count is 3-1. And I mean, all the schools we were talking about earlier about the draft picks in New Jersey, how there's so many talented guys. Rider, NJIT, as a breaking ball up and in for a walk. I don't know if it might have hit him, but they'll say it was a.
It's gonna be a walk. See, Matt Rowe, he's gonna walk some guys, but he's gonna get strikeouts. He's gonna get outs, and he's gonna do what he needs to do. But here comes Joe Kokoza, who has been he's been a threat to, make big differences here, and he's been a really tough out to get this season.
Kokoza hitting .320 on the season, 13 RBIs and a homer. First pitch to him. Rowe goes breaking ball first pitch. That's a ballsy first pitch, especially in an all-star game.
That was a nice curveball. He's going to pitch him backwards here. Now, when you have the faith to throw a curveball 1-0-0, that's when you know you're on.
Foul back, so the count is 1-1. That was a nice fastball with some inside run. Rowe has a black arm sleeve on his right hand. In a normal game, they'd ask him to take it off. That's kind of interesting.
I think they're letting him keep the drip in this game.
You got to. You absolutely got to. 1-1 count. Fastball just upstairs. A good pitch by Rowe. Kokoza hitting .320 on the season, 13 RBIs and a homer. The Baruch commit. Monsignor Farrell High School in Staten Island. Also played for the Staten Island Orioles club team. Foul ball down the first base line.
Look at that first base coach. Didn't even flinch. He knows what's going on.
You got to make the play, though.
You have to make the play.
If you can make the play, you need to make the play.
You always do it because you look super cool if you just barehand that. And you know what? He didn't even make an attempt for it.
But I like that call, though, because if you think you can get it, you got to get it. Make a nice play. But if you can't, if there's any doubt, you cannot embarrass yourself.
Oh, no, you can't. You can't pull a Tommy Lasorda. Man, just fell over. Rest in peace, Tommy Lasorda. You were a great guy for baseball, but man, were you embarrassed in one of those All-Star games that a few years ago, especially by the Philly Fanatic.
Bat.
Yeah.
It was a broken bat that chopped down the line, and he was half getting out of the way with it, and it half tapped him, and he just did a cartwheel, and he was really old at the time.
What's your favorite baseball blooper?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to need some time to think about that as the 2-2 pitch. A dirty slider breaking away from the right-handed hitter, Kokoza.
Mine is, I don't know who this was, but years ago, I think it was before we may have been born, some guy in the Giants missed second base, went back and missed it again, missed third base, went back. Yeah.
Talking about. You know what? That actually reminds me, because it was the Giants, as a chopper to the third baseman, McNelly looks at second, doesn't have a play, throws to first. Bad throw, gets away from Vincent DiNicola. Rounding third, and coming home is Scateni, and he's in there safely. Another overthrow by Vincent DiNicola, so in at third is Joe Kokoza. So let's see. That is a 5-3-2-5 E5 and then E3. Quite a play, and the score is now 1-3. Still trailing is the Kaiser division, but they get one back and now have a runner 90 feet away.
I mean, I'll say it time and time again. This is what MLB is missing. Good things happen when you put the ball in play. And you know what? Kokoza put the ball in play. Got to run home.
And the pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Melnick, but a few feet away from him and staying at third base is Kokoza. And going back to the blooper thing, one of my favorite ones, because I was just reminded of it with the draft, is JT Snow rounds third base. Coming home, Darren Baker, who was the Giants bat boy, son of Dusty Baker, one of the most famous managers, he was the bat boy. He was getting the bat, and at home plate, JT Snow almost completely runs him over, picks him up, gets him out of the way, and it was just a great moment. And it's really funny that now he actually got drafted in the 10th round this year.
That's so funny because I can see myself definitely doing like being that little kid in the way. I probably was that little kid in the way when I was really young around baseball.
A big swing and a miss, and the count is 1-1 on Ryan Ford of the North Jersey Eagles. And because of that, as he fouls one back, so it counts now 2-2. Because of that, they actually made it so you have to be, I believe the age is now 16 to be a bat boy, because he was like 6 years old running around on the field, and they made the MLB change it.
All right, I'm gonna root for my Nittany Lion Ryan Ford right here. Let's see what this man can do.
The pitch, swing and foul down the third base line. Let's see if McNelly has a play on it right in front of the bullpen. Calling him off, and a great play by Kenny Tagliaretti.
What a play by Tags.
Right in front of the bullpen mound.
He ran, look how far he ran. He maybe ran about 60, 70 feet. Tagliaretti, you know what I love about Kenny Tagliaretti? Even when he's not hitting, say he's in a slump, he will give you he will do whatever he wants. He won't let a slump get in the way of him making those defensive plays. He makes the routine plays look routine, and that's what you need from a middle infielder.
That was a great play, and this field is one of many where the bullpen is on the field. It's in play, so he had to maneuver around that mound, and that big slope makes the play. Foul balled on the first base line by Jay Bant, the third baseman of the Matrix. As I said, he's a guy that's really impressed me this season. Monmouth commit, hitting .359 with a homer and 6 RBIs.
So a funny story about Jay. So when Jay came to play against the Gens, he went 3 for 3, but he had the 3 weirdest hits. One of them went right off third base, one of them went right off second base, and one tipped off Conklin's glove as he jumped maybe, it looked to be about 40 feet in the air.
A gross breaking ball, backdoor slider out of the hand of Rowe. So 0-2 is now the count on Bant. A lefty-righty matchup against Rowe.
Kaiser division still yet to get a hit.
A wild pitch by Matt Rowe gets away from the catcher Melnick. Coming home is Joe Kokoza. 2-3 now the score. Not quite the way you would want 2 runs. Both unearned. But despite that, 2-3 now the score. And as we said, Matt Rowe just continues to be wild. That's been it for him. That's been his key. He's a guy, I believe at the scout day, he topped 93-94 on the radar gun. Shout out to the Generals and Capitals for hosting that scout day, and Mike Olshin. 1-2 pitch. Called. Strike 3. Slider on the outside corner.
Good spot there by Matt Rowe. And going back to what you said about the pro day, a lot of these kids, I've realized when I was researching them to begin the season, a lot of them are transfers, and they need those pro days because they need to find a new place to play. Especially these guys from LaSalle. I knew a couple of players who went there as LaSalle's baseball team is folding, and Mike Olshin did a great job organizing that pro day, getting colleges and even pro teams there to get these kids to where they need to be.
Another gross slider in there for a called strike on Max Winters, the designated hitter. He plays for the Matrix. And about that pro day, too, they haven't signed yet, but there were 2 guys in this league that were serious draft prospects. One with the New Jersey Eagles and Casey Dana. He only played a few games, and one with the New York Phenoms and Jerry Hunsinger. They actually both go to Seton Hall University, funny enough. They were 2 draft guys that came to the league. I don't know if they were at the pro day, but they both came here to up their stock. And they're both guys who already graduated and who are looking to maybe transfer, looking to play pro ball. So it's exciting to see that kind of talent in the league.
It's surreal to see how young they are. Ooh.
A line drive right back at Rowe. Knocks off his glove, picks it up, throws to first gloveless for the 3rd out. 2-3 now the score after quite a few errors in the inning. But the Wolff division still leads. They will come to bat here in the top of the 3rd inning.
brought to you by Everlesky Contractors. Work smart, work safe, work tomorrow. It's also brought to you by King's Pizzarama at 200 Ewingville Road in Ewing. It's right down the street from Moody Park, where all the Generals and Trenton Capitals home games have been streamed and will be continued to stream till the end of the summer. And we have another interview for you. It's going to be a pitcher, Garrison the Gross, from the Trenton Capitals. Garrison, welcome. I didn't even say that. I didn't say none of that even worked. We have a pitcher. We have an interview here for here at the top of the third. We got Garrison the Gross out here. He's coming up. He's a big pitcher and an infielder from the Mercer County Community College. How are you doing today, Garrison?
Doing well, man. Living the dream. How are you?
I'm doing amazing, man. It's great to be here. You know, it's an awesome experience. What were you looking forward to most about this All-Star game?
Honestly, just playing with a lot of familiar faces and kind of, building chemistry with more of the league. It's nice that a lot of guys come together, for one big game.
So you're a JUCO guy. Talk about the JUCO route. I know it's not everyone goes through that, but I mean that was the best choice for you, right?
Yeah. No, I definitely being a guy who went Division II to the PSAC out of high school, I kind of got that first level experience, I guess you could say, and definitely think JUCO was a great route for me because it allowed me to go somewhere where I'm going to, get reps and get better. So that's essentially what it's all about, go where you're going to play.
What's the culture like over there at Mercer?
It's definitely a winning culture. We got a lot of guys who could do the job, so it's a very competitive atmosphere. A lot of guys going after it every day, trying to win a job. So in the end, it just makes you a better player.
And there's Mark McNelly. He grounds out to shortstop over there. There's one away here in the top of the third. The Wolff division leads the Kaiser division 3-2. So you're here you're in the dugout with guys from 4 different teams. Obviously, the Generals. Sharing Moody Park as a home field. Talk about that rivalry a little bit.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a sense of competitiveness with those two teams. Considering we do share a home field, it's kind of like bragging rights situation. Like we love to go after it with each other. It's always fun and in good faith. At the end of the day, we're still on the same mission, trying to reach the same goals. So at the end of the day, we're still going to support each other. But yeah, there's definitely a little friendly rivalry and competition between us.
Ben Watson down in the count 0-2 as the new pitcher lets one. That's going to be caught out there by Estrada, and there are 2 away. There's 2 away here in the top of the third. So, being a dually guy, how do you balance that, like, in practices? I know you're going to throw bullpens sometimes. You're going to take infield reps. Other times, go to batting practice. What does that do for you as a player?
So yeah, great question. I think, just having the ability to go out and keep my body loose in the infield and, kind of have a little fun, getting my hands and my feet synced up, definitely translates to great things on the mound because I like to say, the more athletic you are on the mound, the better you are usually. So I like to diversify the training a little bit.
As Danny Melnick launches one foul right there. He's down in the count 0-1. New pitcher on the mound is going to be Ben Amon, number 7 for the Matrix. Melnick stands in. And that's going to be a breaking ball in there for a ball, 1-1. And so Mercer, I mean, you guys have been a powerhouse for a while. I mean, what do you like most about that program?
I would just say, the culture that is embedded in us from the second we walk in for the first team meeting to, when guys move on and commit to bigger schools, there's a sense of a chip on your shoulder because you're coming from, a very good program and it's got a history of winning. So there's a bit of like a, reputation to uphold when you're there for sure.
You're going to pitch in the 8th inning today. How are you going to attack the lineups right here? What's going to be your approach on the mound?
My approach really is no different than what it normally is. I'm just going to go up there and compete, definitely challenge guys, and focus on the most important pitch, which is strike one. Just get ahead of guys and work off of that.
Who would you compare yourself to most? As Danny Melnick sends one down the left field line into the corner. He's rounding first, heading for second. Over to pick it up is Tucker, and Melnick is in there with a stand-up double. Great piece of hitting. He shot it right down the line past Jay Bant. And that's something you want to see from Melnick right after he struck out swinging his first time up. But so back to you, Garrison. What would you say sets you apart from other pitchers? Like what is special about you?
Right. I would definitely say my preparation, my mindset, and my work ethic. Definitely, kind of creates some space with me and a lot of guys. I'm able to, you know, forget a negative or turn it into a positive almost immediately. Yeah, I've worked really hard to condition the mind to think that way. So it's definitely cool to see it out in action. But yeah, I mean, you know, I would definitely just say, yeah, my work ethic it's unmatched. If I try something new, I want to be the best at it immediately, and I put in the work to put myself in a position to do so. So
What is one like character trait you think every college baseball player needs to have?
um, I always like to follow the phrase "we before me." I think it doesn't really matter how talented you are out there. Well, it does to an extent, but at the end of the day, getting a good group of guys, not only talent wise, but as a teammate too, that's just going to further bring that culture together and allow a lot of guys to, want to play for the guy next to you. And I feel like, as a college athlete, you should definitely have that sense of like a relationship with your guys and, really build that team culture. So we before me to answer that
Ben
for sure.
Patron swings right there. County is 1-2. It's still again 3-2 here. Wolf division as Danny Melnick stands on second with 2 outs. So the summer's winding down. We're getting towards that end of the season. What has been your favorite moment so far?
Um, I would honestly say, gens and caps at home for whether it's a single game at Moody or a doubleheader. It's always been a great time with the opposing team. That we share the field with. So I would definitely say playing guys that we're familiar with and guys that we even play college ball with has just been fun to see like your guys grow and get better as the summer progresses.
As Ben Patron sends one out to right field, caught by Estrada, and that'll end the inning. There's no runs were scored, and we head to the bottom of the third. The Wolf division still leads the Kaiser division 3-2. The ACBL All-Star Game is brought to you by Ed Burleski Contractors. Work smart, work safe, work tomorrow. It's also brought to you by King's Pizza Arma on 200 Ewingville Road, right down the street from Moody Park, where every Trenton General and Trenton Capital home game, is played. So we're back out here in the bottom of the third inning. New pitcher on the mound is Hunter Curley. The Wolf division still leads 3-2. And again, keeping the same battery mate, Hunter Curley and Danny Melnick. The infield alignment may change following the next inning. The broadcast team will change. Me and Ethan are going to be out of here. We'll come back to you in the 7 through 9. You'll be set up with Easton Dewar and Dom DeRosa for 4 through 6. So we're back here again with Garrison LaGrosse. And Garrison, the All-Star Game is a great opportunity for kids to get noticed and play on such a special field. I mean, is this the best or the coolest field you've ever played on?
I mean, yeah, growing up in the South, I've seen a lot of beautiful baseball fields. So I would definitely say that this holds true to, kind of high on my list. Yeah, it's a beautiful atmosphere here. It's a lot of fun to be playing here with the guys.
So stepping into the box is going to be David Coleman. I don't even know. That'll be Devin Boone stepping into the box for his first debut of the day here in the third inning. And he's ahead in the count, 2-1 on Hunter Curley. So Garrison, who would you say influenced your baseball career the most?
Um, I would definitely say Derek Jeter.
Derek
You know, I
Jeter.
love the athleticism and leadership that he showed. So those were great qualities to, look up to as a young player coming up in the game. And not to mention, the career he had growing up, it can't go overlooked. So it's kind of hard to say anything else.
I
Yeah.
mean, as a Phillies fan, Derek Jeter is not exactly my favorite guy, but you
Right,
can't
right.
deny he had the talent. But the most important thing he had was his leadership.
Yeah.
Everybody loved him as Boone sends one down the right field line, foul. Count full now, 3-2. Leadership is the most important thing. And is that something that you want to be seen as, for Mercer in the future, and even for when you transfer?
Yeah, no, for sure. I would say I definitely possess some natural leadership abilities, and I always say, don't talk about it, be about it, and to show up and continuously go after it with my guys, it definitely earns me some respect points in that aspect, and allows a lot of guys to look at me to lead and want to follow my lead. So I'm honestly honored that a lot of the guys in the dugout see me as that guy, because like I said, I work hard to have that mindset and approach to a game.
Well, Garrison, I appreciate you coming up here. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
And you know what? Go throw a scoreless 8th inning.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
A drop third, strike, and a swing and a miss by David Coleman. 2 quick outs in the top of the 3rd inning. So make that the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Robert Estrada will step up to the plate. He struck out against Winston Allen in his first plate appearance. Ben Amon cruising through this inning so far.
It's really cool to get these players up here. We don't always get to talk to them on the air during these games, but it's really cool to see their perspective and where they're at in their career, and what they've wanted to do all summer.
Absolutely, especially because this, for some guys, is their last summer experience, and it's their last experience playing college baseball before they really step away from the game and become, real adults. I guess like this is the last opportunity for some guys to be kids.
And that's so important now. We got kids growing up so much faster than they were, in years past, and it's really good to see that they're keeping their young spirit out here. They're playing a kid's game, and Ted Williams said this is one of my favorite quotes. Baseball's you got to be a man to play baseball, but you got to have a lot of little boy in you too.
3-1 count on Estrada. Amon's looked really good, especially with that slider. Righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Foul back. So the count is now full.
And a little bit of baseball news. The Tampa Bay Rays have just acquired Nelson Cruz. And, okay, you know what? Rays 2021 World Series champs. Can't even argue with that right now. Nelson Cruz, absolute beast.
That's a big acquisition as a chopper. To the third baseman, McNelly throws across the diamond just in time. Beautiful work by Ben Amon. A very quick inning.
And you know what? That'll end the 3rd inning. That'll end our time up here in the booth for now. We'll see you guys in the 7th inning. Coming up next, it's going to be Ethan Dewar and Dom DeRosa taking over the play-by-play and color commentary duties.
Welcome back to Lakewood, New Jersey, as we are here at FirstEnergy Park. It is time for the ACBL All-Star Game, as now joining you for the first time on the YouTube stream alongside Dom DeRosa. My name is Ethan Dewar. We are on usually the radio broadcast for the Generals and Capitals, but now we're taking over for the YouTube stream as the first pitch of the inning is a strike to Chase Conklin.
And it's great to be here, Ethan. I mean, just incredible.
Tom, is there a way to hear myself in the microphone?
I don't know, but I can hear you loud and clear from here. I don't know about you.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe take one headset off, one of the earpieces.
As the 1-1 to Conklin is taken outside for a ball, and the count is 2-1. So, Mr. DeRosa, we were just coming up from the dugout. Very nice and fun time down there, catching up with some of the Generals and Capitals players. As the 2-1 to Conklin is swung on and missed, and that will run the count even to 2-2. Chase Conklin will be returning to the University of Richmond come the fall. He's definitely been an asset to this General squad all season. 2-2 pitch. Here's a chopper up the first baseline foul. And that'll keep the count even at 2-2.
And Conklin has been so good as a leadoff hitter for the Generals. Really just stayed in that spot once he found it.
He's also been a great leadoff batter for the Wolff All-Stars tonight. He singled and scored a run back in the first. Takes the 2-2 pitch here, and that's in the dirt for a ball, and it's 3-2. Conklin bats from the left-hand side. As Sinella kicks and deals, here's a little tapper back to the pitcher. Up with it. Looper to first base is in time, and that retires Conklin on the 1-3 putout. And that will bring up Kenny Tagliarini, the shortstop tonight for the Wolff All-Stars. So far in the evening, he reached base and scored on a hit by pitch in the first inning and was put down via the backwards facing K in the second.
Same story goes for Tagliarini. Has been incredible for the Capitals with the average, the walks, you name it.
The first pitch to Kenny Tags, as they say, is taken for a ball, and the count is 1-0. As the 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, and the count is evened up at 1-1. Sinella, the left-hander, where's number 2 on the mound? As the 1-1, here's a chopper on the ground to second base. Nice stop by the first baseman. The throw will be in time. Nice job covering the bag by Sinella. As Ryan Ford, the Eagles' first baseman, ranged over to his right and threw in time.
Ryan Ford playing twister out there. Had to somehow maneuver his body in a way to get that out from the speedy Tagliarini.
And that will bring up Vinny DiNicola. As the first baseman takes that pitch taken low for a ball, and the count is 1-0. DiNicola so far tonight flew out in the first and reached base via a single in the second. Here's a pitch way inside, might actually hit DiNicola. It did not. And the count is 2-0. As Vinny taps home plate. And the 2-0 pitch. Here's a ball blasted foul. That'll go out of play.
Only if that was a little bit on the later side. That would have been way out of here.
Tom, how does it feel to be on the video stream?
Awesome. I mean, now we know what our boy Colavita has to go through all the time when we're at Moody, so it's a little different.
Here's the 2-1. That ball's popped up. Giving a look is Ford. He'll watch go in the seats, though, and I'll leave up the count at 2-2.
Now,
I will
Ethan,
say, it does feel a little bit like
Right.
radio because we can't see ourselves. So yet the audience looking to see us on the TV will
right,
be not pleased.
but they get to see the beautiful scenery, and so do
Sure.
we. It's incredible how different this is right now. I mean, it's awesome what we see at Moody and everything, but having this, wow.
It'll be a 2-2 DiNicola, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. As the pitch is taken down low, and that runs the count full. First full count offering of the inning. As Sinella kicks and deals. Here's a chopper on the ground. Third baseman is up with it. He will throw across the diamond in time to Ford. 3 ground balls, 3 outs here in the fourth inning, and the Wolff All-Stars are retired. They still lead, though, by a run, 3-2, halfway through the fourth inning, here from FirstEnergy Field in Lakewood. We return here to the bottom of the 4th inning here from FirstEnergy Field in Lakewood, New Jersey. My name is Ethan Duder, bringing you the play-by-play. Quick stand-in for John Colavita. And on the mound, standing in now for the Kaiser All-Stars is, well, representing the Trenton Capital squad, is Anthony St. John. St. John, a Hopewell Valley native, will be returning to Babson College come the fall. And the first pitch he throws is grounded up the middle and past the diving glove of Chase Conklin and into center field for a base hit. So, Tucker's got himself a hit, as it's a leadoff single here in the 4th inning, and that will put the tying run on for the Kaiser All-Stars. And I have a very special guest here in the booth. It's so funny because I was just catching up with this gentleman in the dugout, but Mr. Joe Gorla, one of the biggest bats, offensive stars on the Quakertown Blazers, a rival to us, though. But
Absolutely.
this time here tonight, he is a fellow All-Star. Joe, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, I feel like I was joking with you in the dugout that if you did come up to the booth, we already talked about everything I could talk to you about. But I just found out, as the count is 2-0 on Pepe Villamil, that you have some Mercer County lineage, heritage, and some bright baseball players in your family line. Is this true?
That I do. The Gorlin name's been around Mercer County baseball for quite a while. My dad played at Steinert and then was part of the Post 31 Legion program.
Awesome.
And they're pretty good. Won some state championships back in the day.
Now, I heard that Mike Olshan, who is the general manager of both the Trenton Capitals and Trenton Generals, actually used to cover your dad in, was it high school or Legion ball?
Yeah, both.
Well, how about that? So it comes full circle here tonight.
Small world. He actually, when I found out I made the All-Star team, he said I should be playing for the Generals just based on lineage alone. But I'm a little more local to the Quakertown Blazers.
Tiger on first base in Dollar for the Wolff division as the 3-1 pitch runs way inside on Villamay, and that will put the tying run now in scoring position for the Kaiser team. And potentially with a lead run now on at base with no one out here in the 4th. 3-2 Wolff division. It's a little bit of an adjustment for me. I forget that people can see the score on the bottom. We're used to radio where there's no visual aids. But funny enough, Joe, we did talk a little bit about this, but tell me, how have you been feeling so far with your ACBL season?
So far with the ACBL season, it's been pretty busy. I was lucky enough to get an internship this summer coming out of college. I'm going into my senior year, so it's been a little busy working every day and then coming out here, just having some fun with some new guys. I'm playing with two of my college teammates. Ooh, tagging
We're
Mitch.
going to get a play at the plate, and he will be out. Dollatry is thrown down trying to score as Joe Kokosa had himself what could have been a game-tying base hit, if not for a great throw by Ryan Murphy all the way out in right field. Even though he probably makes that throw at our Moody Park, the throw looks a little bit cooler here at FirstEnergy Park. So Ryan Murphy with an outfield assist cuts down Dollatry trying to score. Villamay goes just up to second as Kokosa's on at first, but that is a big first out for Tony St. John. As working out the stretch, he will get ready to face Edwin Tavares. First pitch to the left-handed batter is in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Well, Joe, we were talking about Lehigh in the dugout. Tell me a little bit about the state of, your program. As here's a ball laced in the air to right field. Ryan Murphy ranging back. That one's gone! It's a 3-run home run for Edwin Tavares. His first AB of the game plates. That is Ryan Ford. Ryan Ford plates 3 runs for the Kaiser All-Stars. And just like that, it is a 5-3 lead for the home All-Star team. That's some serious power.
That ball is crushed.
Out onto the lawn out there. Well, Murphy gave it a look, but only watched it sail out of here. It's a home run for Ford. Plates 3 runs. And it is now 5-3 Kaiser. As here's a ball popped in the air to center field. As Jay Bant will be retired via the fly out.
The Wolff division will get that back.
Yeah, you have to figure it.
Yeah,
You're not in the game yet.
We'll be
so,
back.
you know.
No.
And I actually have to update the score.
Yeah, to answer your question about Lehigh, state of the program, we're pretty high up right now. We had one really high draft pick and then another pitcher drafted this year. We now have, I believe, 5 pitchers in MLB farm systems, which is huge. And this year, unfortunately, we lost to Army in the championship, but we had a great year. I think we lost maybe 2 series all year, which was great. We won the Patriot League regular season outright for the first time in program history, I believe. So it's pretty special what we're building there. Coach Leary has put his heart and soul into Lehigh baseball, and I know that for a fact 'cause my dad actually played at Lehigh and was a player for Coach Leary his first year playing. And a cool story is Coach Leary's first career win. My dad was in the lineup, and his 500th career win, I was in the lineup this year. So
how about that? Well, that is some awesome, not only ACBL lineage for you, but that's some Lehigh Valley lineage for you.
Absolutely.
Joe, I wanted to ask you, I see a bracelet on your hand. What is that? What does that say and what does that mean?
Yeah, this is our kind of like our motto going into the season. We try and get a bracelet every year. And what it says on it is stamina 9. So there's 9 guys on the field. There's 9 innings. Got to stay up for all 9 innings. And it takes all 9 players to win a game. So it's really just being together, staying connected. And, we all go off the summer ball, but I can assure you that most players are wearing this bracelet every day as they're playing, as they're getting better, because we still have that goal of winning the Patriot League this year.
As the first pitch to Andrew DeLessio, or Devin Boone, is a fly ball to Ryan Murphy that is caught, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 4th inning, but not before 3 runs come across the score on the home run by Ryan Ford, a big fly to right field. It is now 5-3. Wolff division, Kaiser taking the lead here in the 4th. We'll be right back for more here from FirstEnergy Park. For the first time today, Gavin Martin will take over on the mound and pitch here for the Kaiser All-Stars. We head to the top of the 5th inning here from Lakewood, New Jersey at FirstEnergy Park for the Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League. I guess you could call it the Summertime Classic, right? All-Star game. I'm joined by Joe Gorla, one of the biggest offensive threats of the Quakertown Blazers bat. I always make sure to put down your statistics next to your scorecard, in your name and your scorecard. That's how I know you're important, is we're going to talk about you on the broadcast. Regardless, we're just catching up here, the rising Lehigh senior. as Ryan Murphy takes a pitch outside. Due up here for Wolff in this 5th inning will be 3 generals. Ryan Murphy, Greg Delgado, as the first general grounds him to the third baseman. Up with it, and onto first base, Ryan Ford is in time, as that was Jay Bant making the throw. And on the 5-3 putout, Murphy's retired for the second time today. And that will bring up Greg Delgado. Delgado playing left field tonight. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Now, Joe, when you step to the batter's box in an all-star game, can you tell me a little bit about how your approach might be different just because it's an exhibition game, these aren't going towards your yearly stats, but as you were saying, we're talking the dugout, there's got to be maybe a couple scouts here tonight. What does your approach change, if at all?
I don't think my approach changes. Right now I'm kind of struggling a little bit, so I'm just looking to hit a ball hard. I'm trying to shoot one into the right center gap today and just use the whole field. As long as I can catch barrels, whatever happens, happens. And that's really what I got to get my approach back to, because at times this summer I've been trying to do too much, trying to hit balls really far. But like my dad always says, you got to hit the ball hard for it to go far. Hit it hard, not far, and then it'll come. So that's the whole goal. Let it travel. Just don't try to do too much, and do whatever I got to do to help the team win.
Here's a ground ball to Kokoza. Short. He will throw on to first base as the last 5 outs have come via the ground ball. First it was Joe Sinelli, now Gavin Martin working the ground ball outs. 6-3 on that putout. And that will bring up Mark McNelly, the Wolff Division third baseman. McNelly, just a recent Seton Hall commit, will be leaving New Mexico State and bringing his talents east side, I guess you could say. Well, Joe, I want to ask you a little bit more about Lehigh. You said that you've had a couple pitchers. We were talking in the dugout about how, for the first time this year, Mason Black was the first player to go, was the highest that a player from Lehigh's ever gone in the MLB draft. What does that kind of say about the Lehigh, I guess, pedigree to, as McNelly lines one foul, to say about, how that team is doing? You said you're building up a lot of momentum, but it's obviously showing because you're getting draft looks and draft picks. So how does that make you feel about returning for your senior year at, a school that you obviously chose right with in terms of providing yourself with a great baseball experience?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun seeing those guys work, being around the great pitchers that we've had. They're all workhorses. Like they didn't get it for free. They all put the work in. Lehigh's been kind of coined as pitchers U because we've had 4 guys drafted in the past 3 years, and we've had a few position players drafted, like Matt McBride back early 2000s was actually a 2nd round pick. Wow. He's our highest ever, and he actually touched the majors, hit a few home runs. I actually remember he hit a grand slam in the majors, which is pretty cool. But like recently, it's a lot different when you play with those guys, and now they're signing. The Mason, a 3rd round pick, signing money, leaving early from school. And he's one of my good friends up at school, and he's a great guy, put the work in, he's earned it. And Lehigh in general, just our coaches just line us up for success right now, and it's all falling into place, and hopefully we can jump the hurdle of the Patriot League Championship and bring it home. We thought we were going to get it this year. Didn't happen, but make some adjustments going into next year. Our hitters are going to be more experienced. We're actually returning our 2 through 7 hitters next year, which is a pretty big deal. My one housemate won league MVP this year.
Wow.
Casey Rother, he's a local guy in the Lehigh Valley from Tamaqua, and he's in Alaska right now, tearing it up out there too.
Wow.
So we're spreading the Lehigh name all around the country in summer leagues.
As McNelly takes a base on balls. As that will bring up, looks like number 2 might have had a little bit of a defensive change.
Got a fellow Blazer up, Ben Watson.
Thank you, my friend.
Sure.
You know why I was confused is because he's wearing the gray pants. As he takes the 1-0 pitch in for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Watson, well, he's been repping the Blazers pretty good today. He has his base hit in the 1st inning, and a line out in the third. Didn't you say he's been hitting the ball well tonight from what you saw?
Ben's killing it all year. I think he has like 3 triples in the past 2 days.
There's a ball lined in the air to center field, ranging back.
As
That's going
I
to get
say
over the head of the center fielder.
That's another. That might be another
McNally
triple.
rounding third. He's going to come in to score as there'll be no throw home.
What can I say?
Good call.
I could see
You're lucky
see
in
into
the
the
booth
future
for the
right
fellow
there.
Blazers.
Yeah,
We got to keep you in the booth.
another Blazer who's tearing it up. Mitch has been crushing the ball all
Do you know
year.
why I remember Mitch Ballott's name? Because he had one of the early big extra base hits. I think it was against Bryce Mangine, one of our Generals pitchers. I think it was an RBI bases clearing triple in one of the games he's had. Sounds like him, right?
Yeah, sounds like him. I feel like I don't want to say it, but like he hasn't missed many barrels this summer. He's always hitting the ball hard. I think he's hitting like close to 400. Gotta be. He's been lighting it up for us, and he's pretty good backstop too.
So McNally comes around to score on the double by Watson. It's now a one-run ball game as these two consecutive, well, the walk and then now the double, all come with 2 outs there in the inning. Martin was 1 strike away from getting out of this 5th as time is called by the home plate umpire. 7 hits for the Wolff All-Stars. Only 3, but yet 5 runs for the Kaiser division. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. They're going to say went around. So I'll run the count to 0-2 on Ballant. Joe, what would you say your strongest point is for the Blazers team?
My strongest point, as of right now, definitely my fielding. I kind of pride myself on my fielding ability and my versatility. I've been playing some first and playing third at school. I played second, so really wherever they need me in the infield is where I can play. And then I would like to pick up with the stick a little more and get a few more clutch knocks here and there. I feel like I could improve on that. But I think right now it's just versatility. Whatever they need me to do, I can do.
Well, Joe, thank you for stopping by, my friend. We'll see you
Thank
back in the dugout in a little bit. But in the meantime, go get out there on the field. We'll be rooting for you up here.
I'll be out there in an inning.
It's a 5-4 ball game here as the Wolff All-Stars get 1 run closer here in the ACBL All-Star game. Welcome back to FirstEnergy Park here in Lakewood, as this is the Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game, Summer Classic, if you will. It is time for Mr. Dominic DeRosa, and my name is Ethan Dewar, to broadcast 4 through 6 of the innings tonight. We've made it so far through the end of we're heading to the bottom of the 5th, so the folks only have a little bit more to listen to us.
Right, but I think they love it just as much as we do.
I'd
no?
be curious to know how many people recognize us from the Generals and the Capitals.
Well, that would be
radio
awesome.
broadcasts.
I hope many, as we have 17 combined for both teams going into this All-Star game.
As Chris Capuano takes over on the mound. We saw Capuano plenty of times so far this season. He's been a great starting pitcher for the Jersey Pilots. Chris, a rising senior at Fairleigh Dickinson. He actually has the 3rd best ERA in the ACBL. And he's
Wow.
also 3rd in strikeouts. as the pitch drops in for a strike, so the count is 0-1. Capuano third in the league in strikeouts with 32 on the season. As Chris kicks and deals and gets the fastball past Devin Boone, the second baseman for the Kaiser All-Stars. That's his first strikeout of the night, and there's one away here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
No surprise there. Capuano has been a very competent pitcher all season long. Like you said, we've seen him so many times and just dealing out there. The strikeouts, the low ERA, that's something that you want.
As the first pitch to David Coleman, the leadoff batter for the Kaiser All-Stars, is taken for a strike, or friggin' for a ball. Quickly 1-1 as he swings through that breaking ball from Capuano. On the season, for the 15-11 second place Pilots, Capuano is 3-1 with a 1.44 ERA. He's given up just 4 earned runs across 25 innings. That'll do it. 22 hits, and as we said, 32 strikeouts with just 6 walks allowed. Here's a ball past the glove of McNally, the third baseman, and into left field for a base hit. It's picked up by Delgado. He fires that into Chase Conklin at second base. So it will be a base hit for Coleman.
And Coleman with just a nice swing overall. McNally, good effort, but that's why it's the hot corner. Sometimes it just gets past you.
And that will bring up Robert Estrada. Estrada playing in right field tonight, batting from the right-hand side. He's 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout and a groundout. As Capuano working on the stretch for the first time tonight, delivers a ball inside, and the count is 1-0.
This will be a big inning here to see if you just limit the runs to nothing, being down 1 run, climb your way back.
Here's a chopper up the third baseline foul. So with Kaiser up by 1, looking for what could be an insurance run as we officially begin the second half of this game. 5-4 Kaiser All-Stars over the visiting Wolff Division All-Stars. As the 1-1 to Estrada is taken outside, and that runs the count to 2-1. Capuano, his best start of the season was a win against the Quakertown Blazers on the 13th of July. Went 6 innings, didn't allow a run, just gave up 4 hits, struck out 7, and only walked 2. That'll do it. As he gets a strike call here, and that runs the count even to 2-2. And the pitch is swung on a miss. That's strike 3. And now bring up Ryan Scattini.
Big strikeout for Capuano. Mark that down as numero dos right there. Try and get out of this inning.
Dom, I missed some sort of out here in my book.
Oh, did you now?
As second strikeout for Chris Capuano. That's not uncommon here. As Pepe Villamil doing the catching tonight for Kaiser. He'll be subbed out for Phil Mark Antonio at some point. Chops one foul up the first baseline as some of the relief pitchers scurry out of the way. As Capuano looks in. Gets a sign from the catcher on the pitch. Here's a chopper over the glove of Capuano, but right to Chase Conklin.
Nice.
Covering the bag with Kenny Tagliarini, his fellow organizational teammate. And that will retire the side on the rare for unassisted putout. That retires the Kaiser All-Stars here in the 5th. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Wolff Division trying to get back in this game. They trail by 1 here in the ACBL All-Star game. Welcome back to the Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game as Kyle Richards, batting for the first time tonight out of the DH slot, takes a pitch in for a strike, and the count is 0-1 on Richards. The Jersey Pilots, big bat in their lineup. As the fastball runs inside, now run the count to 1-1. Alongside Dom DeRosa, the radio broadcasters take over the live stream. How
Oh,
about
yeah.
that? As the pitch delivered from the new pitcher in is James Lombruno. He wears number 21, and he throws from the left-hand side. I think he's a member of the Ocean Ospreys. At least I can tell from his jersey. Pitch. Here's a chopper on the ground, foul up the third baseline and into the Wolff All-Star bullpen out there. And the count is 2-2. I remember Richards had a big fly at Moody Park as that pitch is taken just inside. And now we'll run the count to 3-2.
And this is a very good inning right now if you can get on base to score some runs.
Try to get back in this game. Here's a chopper back to LeBruno. He throws to first base in time. As we have obviously new defensive replacements. That's Tavares over there at first base.
Now, you could say
And on the 1-3 put out, there's one away.
at 7:30 it could be dinner time, but that doesn't matter. The kitchen's closed. Nice 1-3 put out right there.
You're going to give people the...
I have to. My statement.
As Brian Nicholas, the second baseman from the Quakertown Blazers, swings through the breaking ball. And the count is 0-1. Bruno deals. And that pitch misses inside. So it runs the count even to 1-1. Well, Dom, this is our first All-Star game that I've been at, any level.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. All-star appearance-wise, yeah. And the fact that we get to do it here is just incredible.
I'm just in attendance of an All-Star game.
Right. But this is the first time that you're here at this ballpark. Not
Correct.
me. Not
That's
me.
correct.
I've been here a couple times. It's been great.
It is a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's just gorgeous how they take care of it over here, and they get a good crowd.
This is the home ballpark of the Philadelphia Phillies High A team. The Jersey Shore Blue Claws, who used to be the Lakewood Blue Claws.
Right.
But up until this actually newest season, they are now known as the Jersey Shore Blue Claws.
And I love that. I mean, baseball parks, majority of major and minor leagues just work so hard to make it look so appealing, and this one just stands out to so many.
As Nicholas lifts one in the air to center field, Scotto has a read on it. Ranging in, he makes a catch. And there's two away here in the top of the sixth inning.
Try and get something aboard. Don't go down too quietly with no one on base. Provide a little spark.
With two away, that'll bring up Casey Caulfield. Kenny Tagliarini's day is done as Caulfield from the Quakertown Blazers stands in and takes a pitch outside, and the count is 1-0. Well, on paper, I think if you look at the Wolff Division All-Stars, you see a lot of power threats in this bat. And Caulfield's one of the better leadoff batters in the ACBL. As he swings through the breaking ball, the count runs even to 1-1. And the 1-1 swung on and missed. So Caulfield trying to get a hold of the breaking ball from LeBruno, but to no avail. Two outs here, top of the sixth. Kaiser division up by 1. Pitch. Here's a little looper in the air down the foul. Tom, remember that ball as we can go try to get it.
Oh, yeah.
I think this guy's going to get it first.
Nah, we'll beat him there.
But Tom, what a fun day we've had here
Oh,
in
yeah.
Lakewood.
That's just incredible.
As there's a liner, it will be snagged by D'Alessio. And on the L4 putout, that retires the Wolff All-Stars in order here in the sixth inning. We will head to the bottom half of the sixth when we return here from Lakewood. We return to FirstEnergy Park here in Lakewood, New Jersey, as we bring you the 2021 Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game, the Summer Classic, if you will. Alongside Dom DeRosa on the color commentary, my name is Ethan Dewar on the play-by-play. We're a little bit getting a new experience here today, Dom, as usually we're on the radio broadcasts for
Right.
the Generals and Capitals, but here we get to take a turn doing the live stream on YouTube. Regardless that people can't see our faces. So.
Yeah, maybe someday, But it's great to have it. We have a video camera right next to us rather than just our own eyes. But Ethan, it's good to be sitting next to you for the sixth inning.
Thank you, my friend. Our last half inning, Dom.
Now.
As the first pitch to Jason Gonzalez, the Kaiser Division All-Star team, is taken outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Pitching on the mound is Connor Takis. Dom, we've seen him before. As he gets a looper in the air to shallow right field, it'll be Brian Nicholas, the second baseman, ranging over into the outfield grass right in front of Chris Walker out there to make the catch. And there is one away on the F4 put out. Connor Takis, the lengthy left-hander, pitching for the Generals this year. He's been pretty strong, Dom. A 2-1 ERA.
Right.
Across 2.66 ERA, 23 and 2/3 innings pitched, just allowed 24 hits. Has struck out 15 and only walked 7. As the left-hander deals, and the pitch is check swing but misses inside.
And Takis has been one of the best pitchers for the Generals. And the Generals, we've talked about it on their home broadcasts. They've been so good when it comes to talent and depth that they're just unstoppable. I mean, they have one of the best records going into this right now. Before the All-Star break, of course, their record shows otherwise. It's just been great.
Generals now 20-9.
20-9. I was going to say 19-9. Off by 1.
Yeah. As Takis kicks and deals. As here's a ball lined in the air to left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Nice job by Jake Kimmick, the Capitals outfielder, to cut that one off and throw it back in. As it's a single for Edwin Tavares, and a potential insurance run is now on board here in the 6th inning. And that will bring up Michael Celio.
Takis, a crafty lefty that we've seen. And we're going to be seeing more General pitchers. We already saw a glimpse of Capital pitchers in this game.
As Takis steals the 6th, and it's a strike. It's taken upstairs, even to Celio, and the count is 1-0. It will be Chris Sabo in the 7th, and then Garrison LaGrosse, the Capitals pitcher, in the 8th, and then Joe Sheets, who's been nothing but nice to us.
Oh, he's been awesome.
Dom and I.
We met him. Yeah. Met him after one of those games back at your place in Hopewell. Had to have a game there. Got to talk to him, his father. It was great to see that.
With Tavares leading from first, the pitch. Here's one swung on and lifted in the air to left center field, ranging over his repack right in front of the warning track. He makes a nice running catch. He throws it back into the infield as Tavares returns back to first base. And on the F8 put out, there's 2 away now in the bottom of the 6th. That'll bring us Thomas Scuderi. Scuderi batting from the right-hand side. He's going to be doing the designated hitting. Takes over for Max Winters for the Kaiser All-Stars. And the first pitch from Takis is hit back near us.
Heads up.
And the count is 0-1. Takis, a rising senior at East Stroudsburg University out in Pennsylvania. His best start of the season, as he delivers a pitch taken low for a ball, and the count is evened up at 1-1, was against the New Brunswick Matrix back on the 28th of June. So we're going pretty far back here, but he was dominant in that game. Earned the win across 5 innings of no earned run, just gave up 1 run, but not earned. 4 hit, 2 strikeout, 1 walk baseball, as he delivers a pitch taken inside for a ball, and the count is 2-1.
And to have that walk to strikeout ratio that's so good, it's
There's
just great.
Ball lift in the air to shallow left field. Jake Kimmick comes over and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. We are through 6 innings here in Lakewood. For Dom DeRosa, my name is Ethan Dewar. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to listen to us here tonight. We've had nothing but fun And as we will hand it off back to Eli and John, thank you for giving us a listen, and we hope you enjoyed the All-Star game tonight. 3 more innings left to play. It is 5-4 Kaiser.
Hello, everyone. We're back out here in the top of the 7th inning. The Kaiser division has taken the 5-4 lead here. And to lead it off, it's going to be Joe Gorla, Chris Walker, and Jake Kimmick. It'll be Gorla's first at bat today. So Gorla's first at bat today. He comes in hitting .278, got a homer and 7 RBIs. And he's going to come in and face Brian Young. Young is a pitcher for the Kaiser division. He is out of Rider University. He's going to be a freshman as Gorla takes the first pitch inside 1-0.
He's an incoming freshman at Rider University, ranked the 8th left-hander in the state of New Jersey according to Perfect Game from Communications High School.
Young, set. Looking in for the sign. Has it from Mark Antonio. The pitch. Inside. 3-0 now on Joe Gorla. The new catcher is going to be Phil Marcantonio. He's replacing Pepe Villamil.
As we discussed earlier, I mean, this New Jersey baseball group, Rider University made it to regionals. NJIT took down Northeastern and almost defeated Arkansas in the regionals. You know, the NJ teams are really representing this season.
I mean, Rider is our home, is really my hometown college, and it's great to see them succeed. As the 3-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back. Gorla really taking a healthy hack there, not wanting to walk here in the All-Star game. The Wolff division, you know, we haven't seen what we thought we were. I thought they were going to be huge favorites. I thought this game might even turn out to be a laugher. But the Kaiser division showing tough, despite having 3 teams below 500. 3-2. Gorla swings, sends one up the middle. Gloved up the middle by Gonzalez. Throws across in time to get Gorla. There's one away here in the top of the 7th inning. And that's going to bring up Chris Walker. And I've been waiting for this kid to come up and hit. What power. The first game I ever broadcast, he's my first ever home run call. And, man, can I see him going yard right here and tying the game?
Absolutely. Against the New Brunswick Matrix earlier this season, he had 2 bombs to both parts of the field. A absolute bomb over the fence in right field, and then just a little screamer line drive just sneaking over the fence to left field. He hits it to all parts of the field, and he takes some big swings, as we'll hopefully see soon.
Young's first pitch to Walker is taken outside 1-0.
And as you mentioned with the divisions, scrolling through the Blazers, the Capitals are below 500, and then the Pilots and the Generals are above 500.
Swings and misses, yes. But the Blazers were above 500 for a little while. They dipped below just a little bit. But all 4 teams have been really competitive in that division. And the Kaiser division has has been slow to start. The North Jersey Eagles are really good. As Walker sends one over to third base, speared by Cilio, gets up, throws it across. It's going to be late. Walker's going to beat that out. The throw was going to be high, so that might have been an error, but I'm going to give Walker a base hit on that one. What a stop, though, by Mike Cilio.
That was an incredible play. A backhand dive. To get up and throw that is amazing. Chris Walker would have been safe anyway, so that's a base hit. But my goodness, that was an insane play.
He saved what could have been a triple.
Absolutely.
Walker's a big guy, but he can run. So here comes Jake Kimmick, and he's a speedster. As Cilio moves in, he's way off the line at third base. As Kimmick is a left-hand hitter, they're going to pitch him to pull.
Kimmick hitting 315.
Kimmick check swing foul away. A little bit of excuse me swing. He is here for his first at bat. He's hitting for Greg Delgado out in left. Made a couple of nice plays in left field last inning.
Kimmick hitting 315 on the season, 17 hits and 17 stolen bases from Mercer County Community College. Played at Notre Dame High School. Hit 208 with a pair of RBIs this spring.
Jake Kimmick, one of my old high school rivals, Hopewell Valley versus Notre Dame, as he takes one outside. Ball 2. 2-1 the count on Jake Kimmick.
That was a great pitch and a great frame by Mark Antonio. Just wasn't able to put it up far enough. The count's 1-1.
So it looks like Young is not going to be a fireballer. He's going to get you out with his junk and spotting up pitches. Let's see what he does here with Kimmick. 1-1 is taken outside. 2-1.
As you said, you know, a lot of schools are starting to look for that now.
Yeah, actually, it's interesting that you say that because Greg Maddox, obviously, great pitcher, did not throw hard. And a lot of experts say that Greg Maddox will not even be drafted in today's day and age.
Wouldn't surprise me at all because, you know, the teams are starting to look for the velocity, and because there's no secret that even a 95-mile-per-hour pitch that moves is not even close to as effective as a 100-mile-per-hour pitch. You know, just the velocity is so big, the spin rate, everything. But now teams are starting to look at a guy like Young on the mound. He's so projectable in his build.
As the 3-1 pitch is outside, ball 4. That puts 2 runners on with 1 out for Giuseppe Arcuri. Now, I want to talk about Juice. He is a character. Juice is a gym rat. You know, he's in the gym every day. He's lifting. He says he wants to be like a Greek god. And, man, he's 5'8", he can hit, but he can hit for power. And he told me he wants to go yard, but so does everybody else in this game.
Arcuri sure is having a great season.
It's away from Marcantonio, and the runners will move up. And just like that, the go-ahead run is in scoring position for the Wolff division. And let's see what they can do here. There's still only 1 out. You got to manufacture those runs, as I think they might bring at least the corner infielders in here.
Yeah, and Arcuri, 6 RBIs, 2 homers, 16 runs on the season, so he can hit the long ball, hits the ball to all parts of the field. Transferred to Brookdale Community College, where he hit 455.
Exactly.
He raked in the spring.
9 homers.
9 homers, and got an offer from one of the top D programs in the country, St. Leo College, where he's headed.
He's gonna love it down there. He loves the sun. He's gonna love, you know, playing in that Florida weather. And as the infield moves in, Arcuri, look at that hole in the left center gap.
There is so much grass out there.
Gonzalez's head. The pitch is swung on and missed, and that's what we've actually seen a lot from him. Arcuri, I was talking to one of his former coaches, Rob Maida. He says that if Arcuri could just go the other way, he'd be even more of a spectacular player than he is now.
I mean, if he hits a ball down the first base line right now, that's a triple. Easy.
As Arcuri takes strike 2, he didn't like that one right there, and the count now even. One of the biggest at bats of the game so far. Second and third, 2 outs, 2-2 the count. Young has his sign from Marcantonio. The pitch, and the pitch is called time. No pitch there.
And it hit the umpire. That was actually a pretty funny little thing. Umpire calls time. He was halfway through his delivery, spikes it, and it bounces up and hits the umpire while he's walking away, calling time. It's a 2-2 pitch, second and third. This is a quite exciting situation.
I would say biggest pitch of the game right here. See if Arcuri can give the Wolff division the lead again. The 2-2. Upstairs, ball 3, and that works the count full.
That is a tough pitch to lay on. Right here on the chest, and he was able to take it, and then now the 3-2 pitch. This is a big payoff pitch coming.
And Arcuri loves that high fastball. I'm thinking that Young is going to challenge him here and give him something he can hit. The payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, and the game is tied. Giuseppe Arcuri. Oh, never mind. I lied. The game is not tied. Bases are loaded now. And that'll bring up Lorenzo Repack, one of my favorite players, and honestly, one of the most underrated players on this Generals team.
First year facing our Curry, and one of the powerhouse guys on the Generals, and now Repack stepping up to the plate this summer. 350, 7 RBIs, and a homer.
That
You
homer
know,
was an absolute missile.
this lineup is loaded top to bottom, so even when you're facing the bottom of the order, in a guy like Repack, it's the All-Star game, so he can do whatever he wants.
So Repack takes the first pitch outside. Now, I talked to him actually in the dugout while we were, down the dugout with the Wolff division, as there's going to be a meeting on the mound. I said, buddy, I'm feeling that you're going to have a major implications in this game. And you know what? He's up with 1 out and the base is loaded. And right now you have to take advantage of this right here. You have to be able to take advantage of this opportunity.
Joe Sinella, the manager of the North Jersey Eagles, going out to talk to his pitchers. Sinella actually played professional baseball, reached AAA with the Mets, pitched at Seton Hall University, giving some wisdom to his young arm.
So again, biggest at bat of the game, Repack. He's hitting for Ben Watson. So again, Arcuri at first, Kimmick at second, and big Chris Walker at third. Repack waiting.
A lefty-lefty matchup as well.
The 1-0 pitch. Repack takes outside 2-0. That pitch was basically in the same spot as the last one. So it appears to be a pattern. Young's missing outside and high. And if I was Repack, I might take here, but this is the All-Star game. So you're not exactly playing smart baseball. You're playing to put on a show here.
And a ball comes flying on the field. That's happened a few times because the bullpens are in play. So if a pitcher overthrows his catcher, the ball comes right around home plate. So that's the second or third time that's happened. And then Repack will step up to the plate, and this is a big 2-0 pitch.
2-0 pitch. It's gotta be right there for him. Here it comes. Taking up and in. And you know what? All-Star game, 3-0 grand slam potentially. Knock on wood. Hopefully I don't jinx him.
Here's what I'm curious to see. He goes a lot of pitches. Obviously, they have guys scheduled for 1 inning each.
3-0 is a check swing. He did go, says the home plate umpire. And that would have been ball 4.
It would have been. And as I was saying, I wonder if he goes over a specific pitch count, if they would have another guy pitch or if they would have the next guy from the next inning come in and add to his pitch count. I wonder how that dynamic would work because not a lot of guys are available.
3-1. Upstairs, ball 4, and now the game is tied. Bases are still loaded as Walker trots home and scores. Not exactly a super dramatic moment. But that puts, again, runners are still loaded, and this brings up Chris Reeder for his first at bat of the game. Chris Reeder, one of the big characters in the Capitals dugout. He is actually a part-time coach for his alma mater, the Allentown Legion team, who will be playing tomorrow in the Final 8 in the New Jersey Legion State Tournament. The pitch. Reeder takes. That's going to be a late strike call there by the home plate umpire. It's going to be 0-1 on Reeder.
That's the third lead change in this game. This is for an All-Star game pretty exciting. Bases loaded, 1 out, tying or winning run, go ahead on third base. It's an exciting situation for Reeder, who's hitting .273 on the summer.
MVP opportunity right here. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball right there. Nice pitch by Young. And he's quickly ahead in the count 0-2.
He's really been going back to that slider, especially against the righties. When he's been up or down, that's been his reliable pitch. Wasn't working so well in the last at-bat with Repack the lefty moving away from him. But 2 times so far, that has really fooled Reeder.
He's walked 3 straight batters. Here's the 0-2. Reeder takes upstairs. And Young has done a good job bouncing back in this at-bat. Infield is more or less up. The middle infield is at double play depth. Gonzalez and D'Alessio try to turn 2, get out of this inning tied. Chris Reeder waiting. The 1-2 pitch. Reeder swings a little nubbler. That's going to go foul. Able to stay alive here.
A good stay-alive swing on that pitch. He's lucky that just went foul because the catcher, Mark Antonio, would have been able to just step on the plate, and that run would be eliminated, but he still has another shot.
I'm excited for who's on deck, though. Let's give Reader his 15 minutes of fame, but I'm excited for Kyle Richards on deck. Hopefully he gets a chance to hit in this inning.
Corners are up. Corners are up. Middle and
pitch is outside. Young tried to break one off. Didn't quite get the grip on that one, so the count now even at 2. You don't want to get 3-2 with 1 out here because you know what? There's a huge hole between short and third. And Reader, a pull hitter. I've seen the amount of haste hits I've seen him get that just split the 5-6 hole is immense. Like he's done that all year long. And these players, they don't know. They don't necessarily see that all the time. So let's see if he can take advantage of that right here.
a big 2-2 pitch coming. Tie game.
Here it comes. Taken up and in. And now the count works full. Again, Young has walked the past 3 batters. Oh, there wasn't an appeal down to first base. They said he didn't go, which was weird. I didn't even think he swung at all. Not even close.
It looked like one of those where he kind of turns away from the ball. And they say maybe he went around. Obviously, clearly didn't. Just wanted to check it out. But, man, 3-2, bases loaded, 1 out in a tie game.
The pitch. Reader swings and misses. Good pitch there by Young. Blows it by him. And now there's 2 away for Kyle Richards.
This is the moment you live for. Kyle Richards, who we've been talking about all night. We talked to him in the 2nd inning. He is an exciting player. He swings for the fences, smiles while he does everything. He loves these type of moments. He's been talking about how much fun this All-Star game is, and now he's coincidentally up in this situation.
This right here is why you play the game. This is why I love baseball so much. The first pitch to Richards is taken at the letters for a strike count, his own one.
And the thing about Richards is he's a fastball hitter, you know, a power guy who just sees the pitch he wants and swings. So obviously Young giving him some serious junk first pitch on the slide.
Runners take their leads off first, off their bases, not being held on. The pitch. Breaking ball low. Looks like a good pitch from Young. Count even at 1. Again, Repack at first. Arcuri at second. Kimmick at third. Already 1 run in. Game tied here in the top half of the 7th inning. Wolff division trying to take the lead again. The 1-1. Kyle Richards rips one down the line. Foul over near the dugout. Ooh, he was just a tad bit early on that one. He got some good wood on it. Just a little bit foul.
Richards was really early on that fastball. He was looking for it. He got it. Just in front, fouls it past the bullpen.
The 1-2 to Richards. He swings, grounds it to shortstop. Gonzalez up a stick, goes the short way to second, and he's out. Repack is out at second base, and that'll end the inning. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 were left. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The game here tied at 5. Back out here in the 7th inning. Game tied at 5 here. There's going to be a new pitcher on the mound for the Wolff division. Here in the 7th inning, it's going to be Chris Sabo, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it'll be Chris Sabo for the Pilots. He is going to be a freshman at UNC Asheville.
Sabo committed to UNC Asheville, pitched for the last 2 seasons at the County College of Morris. This spring, he had a 5.68 ERA, 22 Ks and 19.2 innings. Problem is the control. His control hasn't been great. Hasn't been great with the Pilots as well. He's really struggled in that aspect. I believe he was on the mound when the Generals came back from a 7-run deficit in the matter of 2 innings to defeat the Pilots.
Absolutely.
So let's see if he can get out of this game. It's a tie game. Coming in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Stepping in is Thomas Cadore to lead it off. He sends one. That's the first pitch into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Repack over there to scoop it up. And that puts a runner on first, and the Kaiser division immediately threatening after they're having their lead taken away.
He did not expect him to swing at that first pitch. That was middle up. Absolutely scorched it up the middle. And so there's a runner on first.
Well, Eli, that's called playing leadoff there. When you're the leadoff batter, it doesn't matter if you're actually the number 1 hitter. You either swing at the first pitch if you like it, or you take till you get a strike.
That brings up Justin Scotto.
That'll be Justin Scotto now.
So Scotto from Seton Hall University, also of the New Brunswick Matrix, hitting .277 on the season. Transferred to Seton Hall from Pace during the season. Went 11 for 25, 440 batting average at Seton Hall. Great Big East.
Scotto taken upstairs.
Seton Hall, one of the big up-and-coming Big East Division I teams. Playing not too far from me in South Orange. I've been able to go to a lot of their games over the season. Some real talent. David Festa drafted, I believe, in the 8th round of this year's Major League Baseball draft. You know, they've got a few guys that have been in the majors the past few years as well.
Got a guy in the Indians organization by the name of Shane McCarthy.
Shore Conference alum.
Pitched a
Seton Hall pitcher.
Got drafted by the Cardinals. Didn't sign because he got hurt. Came back, pitched a perfect game for the Pirates, and now he's in the Indians organization. I think he has a good shot at making the majors.
I was at that perfect game.
You were?
I was.
Shane McCarthy actually played for my Niners organization. I actually saw him talk to us about college baseball. The 2-1 pitch to Scotto was right there, strike 2. Don't know what he was looking for. It was right down the middle. Now the count even at 2.
Scotto this season, says in his little bio on the Seton Hall website, had a 4-hit game against Creighton, which was played at TD Ameritrade Ballpark in Omaha.
I have wanted to go. For
oh my God, me too. Have you seen the flights? The prices on the flights
2 pitches upstairs there
during College World Series time? $600 round trip to go to Omaha, Nebraska.
Something that is not as expensive as the Little League World Series, and I've been there.
That's a fun one. That's on the list. That's on the list for me.
I actually played against Monet Davis.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you hit?
What? I did. I didn't play that game. I was actually hurt that game, but we played against her, and she's a stud. I'll tell you that right now. She's playing Division I softball, I think, at Hampton, I want to say. Anyway, so that was a strikeout for Justin Scotto. That'll bring up Jack Skrvanek. Number 15 playing right field tonight for the Kaiser division.
He's committed to Brookdale Community College, hitting .310 on the summer.
There goes Zaleska. The pitch is a ball for a ball. The pitch is, he's in there for a stolen base, and that puts a runner in scoring position. Reeder could not make the throw in time.
That was a great throw by Reeder on his knees.
From
his knees, right on the money, but just not in time. He had a great jump in there easily.
That puts a runner in scoring position. Still only 1 out here as the pitch to Skrvanek was taken low for a ball. 1 out. The pitch. Inside almost runs it and nails Skrvanek.
As I said, it's been that control. It's been his biggest thing. You know, was able to get that strikeout, strikes out a lot of batters, but left a pitch up. And the control hasn't been great, and we've seen that so far this at-bat with 2 straight very wild balls.
Big pitch here for Sabo. 2-0. Oh, it hit him. Ooh, that's got a sting. Ooh, Skrvanek will take his base.
That one was right in on the hands, off what looked like the bottom wrist. That is not a spot you want to be hitting.
And that's why you wear your elbow guards.
What I love, Gleyber Torres has a massive guard. He got hit on his hand early in his career, right where that hit him. And he has a massive guard on his hand that kind of looks like a little pad that you see on a catcher's shoulder that covers his entire hand. Wish he had that one there.
Sabo's first pitch to Zolatry is going to be in there for a called strike, 0-1. What do you think about the oven mitts, though? Like the little oven mitts they wear over at first base?
I love them for a couple reasons. First, they are very helpful because you know how you slide in, your hands get all dirty, it hurts. It's also a little bit of extra extension and a way to slide without friction, and they look pretty swaggy. You know a guy is going to swipe some bags when he has that oven mitt, steps up to first, pulls it out of his back pocket.
Pitches inside against Dollar Tree. He takes it. And Sabo really, again, as you said, before he even started, struggling with his control. And he's an all-star this year. He has a lot of talent. And my guy Mike Olsen says if he ever figures it out, he will be an absolute great piece to have in your bullpen.
He replaced Joe Pacheco, who, as I mentioned, has been amazing for the Pilots this season. As Pacheco couldn't make it, he was a reserve, but still having this All-Star opportunity, that's a big honor.
It is, especially here in the ACBL. It's a great league to play in, and you know what? There's nothing I would have rather be doing this summer than calling baseball games for the Trenton Generals and the Trenton Capitals.
Absolutely, same with me and the Pilots. It's just been so great to see this baseball, get the experience, and such.
The 1-2. Dollar-Tree takes low, ball 2. And you know what? Especially after the year my senior season of baseball was taken because of COVID, I got to have a little bit of a summer season with the Legion team, but it just wasn't the same. Being around all your high school friends. A couple of my high school friends were on that team, but it's great to just be back around the game again. I really missed it while I was at school, and you know what? This summer has been an absolute blast.
Same with me. I played high school baseball up until this year.
2-2 pitch is fouled back.
So I played high school baseball up until this year, obviously the senior season, not playing anymore, but just being able to replace that with a similar aspect of baseball that allows you to experience the game, be with the players, talk about it, and all that has just been such a great replacement.
And I gotta tell you, I really felt a part of the team. They kind of adopted me in there. I can talk to those guys, and they're really cool. It's the 2-2 pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt, and the count now runs full on Andrea Dollar-Tree.
That was a great block by Chris Reeder.
And Sabo in danger, walking the bases loaded here.
Runners on first and second. If Reeder doesn't get behind that on that great block, the double play opportunity goes away, and all of a sudden, a base hit adds 2 runs and puts you down by 2.
Absolutely. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, sent out to deep center field. Repack under it, though. Tagging is DeLacio. Repack makes the catch. Lacio breaks for third, and he's going to get there. I'll put runners at the corners with 2 men down for Big Phil Marcantonio.
That's a great piece of base running, a good piece of hitting. 400 feet in dead center, a few steps in front of the warning track. Repack makes that play, and then Marcantonio, he hits 321 at Kane for the Matrix. He has been an RBI machine, 2 homers and 2 outs, runners on the corners. Feels like we were saying this every inning. Such a big situation in such a crucial timing in the game.
Absolutely, and you know what? There's a Kane, logo out in left field, so maybe that's a good sign for him. Could be an omen. Sabo's first pitch to Marcantonio is swung on and missed. Good pitch there. Got it right past him. 0-1 the count.
A big swing and a miss there, trying to make some noise with the first pitch, and he's down 0-1. That first pitch is the biggest pitch, and Sabo, obviously, with the control's been a little wonky, so having that first strike is huge.
Exactly. Every pitching coach I ever had said you have to get strike 1.
Strike 1 is the most important pitch.
0-1 pitch is sent out to center field. This could end the inning. Repack under it. He's calling for it, and the inning is over. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 were left. We go to the 8th. Game still tied at 5. we're back here in the top of the 8th inning. It's going to be a new pitcher for the Kaiser division. It's going to be Hunter Sabers. But right now we have Chase Conklin, the man who took over Instagram today, joining us inside the booth. How you doing today, Chase?
I'm good. I'm good. Get to play on the field like this, surrounded by my teammates, 11 of us. It's pretty special.
So, I mean, you come up, you're leading off the All-Star game. That's a lot of pressure, and you come up and you nail him right up the middle. What's going through your head when you did that?
I was looking first pitch fastball. Didn't get it in the zone, so as is. But me and Murph on the way up, we were talking the whole time. Just get our pitch, hit it. We can't let fastballs by. Leave it in the dirt, or get your pitch, drive it.
So we at the top of the order here. What do you want to see from Brian Nicholas right here to get you guys on the winning track?
Honestly, all right, man.
How about a third base glove?
Not that. That's not what I was saying. But it's all right. It's all right.
And there's one away here in the top of the 8th.
Nah, I just got to know him, so he's a really cool kid. During IO and stuff, we were talking the whole time, and he's a teammate that you want to be around.
I mean, you're meeting all these guys kind of for the first time. I mean, you played against them all year, but I mean, what's it like meeting these kids that you may know them by name, but you haven't actually met them personally?
No, especially we play them so many times. We play them, especially Quakertown and Capitals. We play them every day. It feels like, but I'm a personal guy, so I try to talk to them as much as I can when I'm playing, when they get to second, or especially when I'm up to the plate. But they're all really good guys. They just want to play. Good pitch. But, especially these guys from Quakerstown. I mean, they're all ballers. It's a shame their record's not going the same as how they're playing. But they got to finish games. Jen's got to finish games. Comes down to crunch time.
So I mean, if we go back to the draft a little bit ago, your former high school teammate Anthony Solamento got drafted. So I mean, were you around him? Were you with him through that process?
We were talking back and forth. Every second, we were kind of on the edge of our seats. I could take. But his time wasn't first round, so there was nothing wrong with that. He's gonna prove himself like he always does. He's a great kid. Everyone speaks highly of him. I speak highly of him. He's one of my great friends. We'll be friends for life.
Sends one into right field. That's going to be a base hit. There's one out and one on here. I'll bring up Joe Gorla, Big Joe Gorla. He's got a power bat. You've seen it firsthand. When he's come to Moody Park to play against you guys. What can you tell me about him?
Every time I'm his IO, their IO takes like 30 minutes compared to ours. Ours takes like 5 minutes. So he's always complaining about that when I stand outside the dugout. But he's a great player. I know he's a little banged up.
Score the grounds one to shortstop. Gonzalez to second. D'Alessio to first. Not in time. It gets away from the first baseman Tavares, and he's aboard. But there's 2 outs now here in the top of the 8th. So, how has this experience been for you? You're here at an All-Star game at a beautiful field on a beautiful night.
I just want to win. I left this park about a year ago with a bad taste in my mouth. We lost to Jackson Memorial in the last dance, but I want to see these guys pull it out here. We did everything we could to keep us in the game. Pitching could have went a little bit better, but it's an All-Star game. We're supposed to be here having fun, being kids.
We got Chris Walk right here, and he hits absolute tanks right now.
Self a glove, huh? Come on.
So you went to Richmond, and you got your teammate Winston Allen out there. He's new. He's going to be a transfer. Have you talked to him at all?
Oh, as soon as we got here, he's big smile on his face. He's one of those guys that we text basically every other day. But he's one of those guys. He's seen it all. He's been around a lot. He's a fifth year. It's fun learning from him. Fun playing behind him. Hopefully, we can do it for the future.
So Richmond. It's a great place in Virginia. You guys got a great field, a great team. As Walker pops one up behind the plate, going out for it is Marcantonio. He can't make the catch. Walker able to stay alive here. So again, you're at Richmond, a great place to play. Like other than the baseball aspect, I mean, what really drew you in about that school? What do you love the most? What are you most looking forward to going back and doing in the fall?
I mean, it's a very prestigious school academically. So I mean, we talked to my parents, and my parents talked about it. It was a very hard decision, but I think that kind of drew us over the line, especially with my mom. You know, how moms order academics first. But I can't wait to get back with the guys. That's all.
Called strike there to Walker, and I believe if I'm wrong, you are a Legion state champ, right?
Oh yeah.
So talk about the American Legion, because I know a lot of people like the state championships for New Jersey is going on right now, and I know a lot of people like, Legion is declining. But talk about its importance? Why is it such a beneficial thing for you?
For me, it was playing for the best coach I could play for at that time. You know, Mr. Barth Beans, he's probably one of the best coaches I've ever had, if not the best. Him and Scans groomed me from second base, shortstop, outfield. They put me everywhere. They let me be myself on the field. They let me be, torment pitchers. Oh no!
There goes Gorla. He is out. Stolen base. Strike three on the part of Walker. That'll end the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and one man was left. Go to the bottom of the eighth here. Game still tied at 5.
What's going on? Ryan Murphy, Jen's player, here with Chase. Chase, how do we feel about a home run derby?
I mean, between me and you, you're winning easy. But it's gonna be fun. I mean, we need some other guys to participate. Kind of treat it like a real deal.
I think a big participant would be Greg Delgado. How about him?
Oh yeah. I mean, just from last week, I mean, I'm sure everyone can vouch for that. He's hit
the ball 550 feet over the tree at Moody Park. How about that?
Yeah, and I think that may have been the furthest home run I've seen in probably my career.
Probably my college baseball career. With that too. Very nice.
Would have went bat. Oh, that's funny.
On the mound. She's sitting 84, 86. You think?
You know what I want to see? You and him hanging out together. Just the conversations to be a fly on the wall.
We were talking down in the pen. He said he wanted to come over Tuesday night. You want to come over Tuesday night?
Oh, you know I'm always over. But no, I mean, to be a fly on the wall between you two talking.
Oh, it'd be hysterical.
It'd be a comedy show. How do you feel about being here? What does this mean to you?
Last time I was in an All-Star game was maybe when I was 15 years old at the Fighting Phils, and back here at the ACBL 2021 All-Star game. It's a pleasure to be here.
That's
Very
awesome.
Exciting stuff. 5-5 score, bottom of the 8th.
And ground ball.
Shortstop.
Make a play. Oh, we come off the bag? Did he come off the bag?
Hesitating to make the call.
Okay. These Quakertown boys are making me scared out here.
A little bit.
I'm shaking.
Imagine looking on YouTube later and being like, wow.
Imagine listening to us. Imagine, yeah.
General's talking smack.
Why? Because we're gonna win? It's not that. Come on. Actually, no, that's not true.
Who is
We've
the
lost to
kid-
them 5 times.
Who's the one that's committed to Penn State? The lefty that hit the bomb.
That
kid-
ball.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
how,
he's there already?
how fast did that ball get out?
That was out in literally maybe 2.5 seconds.
He's transferring, correct? He said something to me when I was on first. He was like, "I'm trying to." Nah. But he said he's probably transferring. I was confused because he goes to school with Johnny Piacentino. All right. You take the Quakertown catcher or Reader.
Oh, I'm taking Reader all day.
Reader all
I'm
day.
taking Reader all day.
I love the Quakertown kid. He rakes. Reader's a leader.
But Reader is a leader. Chris really blocks the ball well, does his job behind the plate. I remember playing TCNJ, and we faced him. He was defensively like block behind the plate. I love that.
On the pitch.
We were always looking to score a run. We had a runner on third, and he just never gave it up. Those 0-2, 1-2, even any ball that's thrown in the dirt, he's blocking it. He's keeping it in front of him.
I don't think he.
Runners advancing. Very good baseball.
I don't think he takes a pitch off ever his mind.
Even when there's no runners on, it doesn't matter if that ball is 5 feet outside of the left-handed batter's box. He's still gonna go after that ball.
All right, Ols, I'm gonna ask you a question here. I know they can't hear you. I know, but what do you think of a Murphy Conklin podcast? Badly?
Can we do that?
Would it be
before
filtered
or
or
after
unfiltered?
every Moody game?
Oh my gosh!
All right, let's do that.
I mean,
Yeah, ours will have a lot more.
yeah, ours is gonna be better, but ours is gonna be better.
Definitely more unfiltered.
Don't worry.
Ours are for all the college kids that like to enjoy a funny podcast for baseball.
Since that's where I'm trying to grow it, absolutely.
Oh my gosh! Drop third strike. Get him
I
out.
fouled that off. We spoke too soon. We jinxed them. Oh my god.
All right, so now I got you on an unfiltered podcast committed to on the air.
Yeah, we'll start. We're actually gonna start tonight when we get home because we have.
Because I drove him here, and we're gonna carpool back.
I love it.
We gotta give it a little promo. We gotta give it a little. We gotta give it some production value. But yes, 100% yes.
We gotta get some pictures to start off our podcast.
We do.
Podcast photo.
Yeah, we gotta work it.
Mic'd up for the home run derby podcast. I'm all in.
Yeah, we are mic'd up for the home run derby, and
We
that's
can
gonna be a
also
show.
we can also do a lot of Instagram videos, stories, stuff like that. Sharing. I mean,
Murph's the king of TikToks. Everybody know that?
I had a TikTok go up about a year ago. I had a couple that went viral actually. I had one that was
Going. Hose. See you later. See you later.
Great throw. I went viral a couple times. One was for a TikTok my sister made of me, and it was like a funny, like it just got a lot of views, blah blah blah, a lot of likes. And the other one was the what was it called? Boats in.
Step Brothers. All right, yeah, I got you.
There
Got
we
you.
go. Now we're getting the bigger picture.
Best movie of all time.
Yeah, we recreated that, and I think it had like maybe 120,000 likes. Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna put a poll out later. When we get in the car, Murph.
We gotta get the YouTube over $1,000 and we start getting money.
Ooh, love that. I know a lot of kids. From my high school that are like inner city kids that really try and
Make the burner accounts.
that go to my high school, and they come out of my high school. His cousin plays football at UConn, but he's more of like the YouTube, like the general public kind of guy, and he just likes to do like funny videos and make YouTube videos. I could talk to him about it, definitely.
Well, you guys be the stars, not me.
Oh, don't worry. We will. We don't even have to try. We'll be stars, all right?
Exactly.
Come on.
That's the whole
You
point.
know who we are?
These are already stars.
I mean,
Face of the
I
ACBL
don't
right
think
now.
Me and Chase could ever go quiet.
Never.
That's why we'd be the best couple. It's like we're dating almost.
It is. It's like a little brother, big brother. Obviously, obviously me.
Chase is definitely the bigger brother.
Oh yeah, 100%. I keep you in line.
Oh.
For those who know Murph, he's a little bit of a hothead. You know, he not on the field. Okay.
I like to chirp.
But
I
he
like
likes to
talk
chirp.
my stuff.
And you know, I love the energy, and I love defending him in his chirps. But then we get where he's, playing against the Pilots at Drew. He's chirping them. Man just struck out on a sword that was probably the worst swing he's ever taken, or I've seen him ever take.
Yep.
And he's still chirping. It was the best thing I've ever seen. So I finally turned around and I was like, Murph, please shut up. We were up 7-2, and he was like, no, they have 1 run. I was like, know the score, Murph. Come on.
Happens. You know what's crazy? A win's a win. It doesn't matter if you win 15-0 or 1-0. A win is a win.
Take off.
So that's why I talk my stuff.
Have to.
You always you show up to the ballpark to do what? To
Win.
produce for your team.
I'm winning.
To compete. No, you're not winning.
Team's winning.
You're competing to make your team win.
Yeah. That's a good job. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice little fist bump action.
Catch that.
Like
Catch that, Murph.
Fox, bang.
They gotta catch it.
He got scared. As he looked over.
Have you faced him?
LaGrosse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I faced him last time we just played the Caps, actually. I was down the bullpen with him. He said, my 2-seam look good against you? Yeah, he got me high and inside. I was trying to take it off of the field in the gap and jammed me almost off my hands and broke my fingers. So, yeah, he's not a fast pitcher, but he's effective because the ball gets in quick and he's got a good 3-pitch mix.
Oh, that's a good pitch. Where's that, sir?
Where are these strike calls?
You know what's fun? Murph? Who'd we have? Oh, it's our boy Chris. I get hit in the elbow. Lean in. Today, we have another opportunity to call it. He didn't lean in, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Then it ended up being...
That ball. This is my problem with umpires. I watch that ball go across the white every... And I want to swear. As much as I want to swear, I will not because I'm on the air. But the amount of anger within myself when I see an ump... Because side to side, it does not change. The zone doesn't change. Based on the height, that changes. You think me and Chase are going to have the same zone? Is this off? Is this off? Do you think me and Chase are going to have the same zone? And every single time I come...
Okay, we're back here in the top of the 9th inning. Game still tied at 5. Now, that little banter you just heard between Ryan Murphy and Chase Conklin, that was probably the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. So, anyway, we're at the top of the 9th inning. You got Jason Salva on the mound. This is going to be last ups for both teams right here, regardless of the outcome. Obviously, there's going to be a bottom of the 9th inning since the game is tied. But there's not going to be extra innings, unfortunately. This is going to be our last inning out here at, FirstEnergy Park. And I got to say, Eli, I have had an amazing day today.
It has been a lot of fun on the field, in the dugout, in the box, in this booth, talking baseball. Huge shout out to Chase Conklin. Came up here, he bought a pack of Sour Patch Kids from the concession stand downstairs. Left them up here, just left them here, and I could really use some Sour Patch Kids right now.
Are you, dude? You're gonna eat those on? Wow, eat them on the air. I'm gonna meet you. Oh my God. Anyway, so again, new pitcher Jason Salva. He's out of St. Thomas Aquinas. And leading off in the 9th inning is going to be Jake Kimmick. It'll be Kimmick, Arcuri, and Repack. Love it. Loving the gens and caps right here. So Repack in his first, or rather, Kimmick in his first at bat walked. And I want to see him get on base because this kid can absolutely fly.
I have a question for you. It's an all-star game, but if it's going to end in a tie, wouldn't you think about bunting? Would you even consider it?
I would.
Because
Totally
you could
bunt.
win.
I know.
That's how you win. I'd give an MVP vote to someone who lays down a sack bunt and brings somebody home.
I would do that too. The pitch. Kimmick takes upstairs. Ball 1. So I mean, I don't know right now. So say this game ends. Say the Gens or say the Wolff and Kaiser both go in order in their innings. I'm voting for Ryan Ford. That was an
100%.
absolute Titanic blast.
100%.
As Kimmick sends one into right field, and there's a runner on base with nobody out, and that'll bring up Lorenzo or Giuseppe Arcuri. Now, Juice is one of my favorites. I talked about him earlier in the game. Juice is one of my favorites. He is such a character. I mean, so the other day, this is hilarious. So the other day, there was a rain. We were taking the tarp off at Moody. And Arcuri's out here in booty shorts and a tank top and, like, his hair tied back in a bun and, like, just raking the field. It's, like, the funny – he's not even in a uniform as there's a throw over to first. Kimmick back easily. He's just in booty shorts, like, raking the field. And he just makes me laugh. He's an Italian with ADHD, so I can really relate to that. The pitch. Arcuri takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to him.
That was a good pitch.
Good
Breaking
spot.
ball. Coming down. His curveball is kind of 1260 on the outside corner. That's a hard pitch to hit. That was also a really good move, pickoff move at first base. He almost got Kimmick.
There goes Kimmick. The pitch is outside. The throw by Marcantonio is not in time. Jake Kimmick way too fast.
That was a perfect throw, perfect transfer, perfect everything. And against a lefty on the mound, Kimmick was able to get that jump. That was some overall great base running. Guess what? Go-ahead runner. Two bases away.
Jake Kimmick runs like a 6'2", or something ridiculous like that. So you're not throwing him out. You'd be very pressed to throw him out. So 1-1 the count. Arcuri waiting. Spins around. Kimmick back. Just gives him a look over there, keeping him honest. And I got to say, today has been one of the really cool experiences of my life. Now, we haven't exactly called the game, play-by-play like I always do here, but it's been a different experience as Arcuri takes upstairs ball 2.
And huge shout-out to everyone here. Yourself, Mike Olshin, Joe Mazza.
Ethan and Dom
just made this such a great. Also the players.
Yes.
I mean, how many leagues, how many places do we have? How many we had? 6, 7 players come up into the booth and broadcast an inning with us.
As the 2-1 pitch is low, ball 3. And you know what? The players are awesome. They don't have to talk to us. They don't have to. I mean, I know some of these kids. I played with them. I went to high school with some of them, but they don't have to talk to us. They don't. I mean, they're doing us the courtesy of getting some insight in the game. And I really think I can reach out to these kids in the future if I need anything. If I want to talk to them about something, just even ask them how their season's going. And they have just been so gracious all year. And really, that's reflective of the culture of the ACBL. The 3-1 to Arcuri. Swing and a miss. And that's a full count now. Oh, actually, no. Arcuri struck out. The scoreboard was not updated. That's my bad. So
He was swinging out of his shoes
that's what
there.
He does every time.
And you can't do that at 1-2. Swing out of your shoes like that in this situation. So 1 out, Repack coming up to the plate. He's obviously been so good with the bat.
Repack is waiting on him as Salvo spins around again. Even if this, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed if this game ends in a tie, but just the way this has all been, driving up after work on a Thursday night. I mean, I would love to be here again and again and again, and it's bad that we only get to be here once as Repack takes ball 1 low.
I would love a 20-inning ball game right now.
Oh my God, absolutely!
It's a lot of extra innings. Would love it.
I mean, that
could go forever.
I mean, my computer and phone might die at that point, but let's just. I'm just glad we haven't gone off the air yet. 1-0 to Repack. Gets away from Marcantonio, and Kimmick's going to advance to third. So he's aboard. He's on third base. That's a runner in scoring position again with less than 2 outs. And Repack, big moment for him.
And that runner going to third base, Kim, great base running, as we've said, was so big, especially because Reback is a guy who puts the ball in play. Giuseppe Arcuri's there. If Giuseppe Arcuri's at the plate and he goes to third base, that doesn't have as big implications.
It doesn't, you're right.
But with a guy like Repack,
Especially with a
lefty-lefty
lefty
matchup,
up, as the infield comes
exactly.
in.
As the infield, everyone's in. Outfield is in too.
Too far in. The 2-0. Repack takes a strike on the outside corner. Good spot there.
That was a good spot and a close call. That's a borderline pitch, low and away. Just able to paint the corner.
That's what you got to do, man. I mean, this he obviously doesn't throw it super hard, but he's doing what he needs to do. 2-1. Repack swings and misses, rings right through it. And there's 2 strikes here with 1 out. On deck is going to be Chris Reeder.
That was a great changeup
Good pitch.
by
Pulled the swing
Salva.
on him, yeah.
Totally pulled it out on him. He was looking fastball, hunting fastball. And his changeup has no movement. It's just straight but slow. Completely fooled Repack.
Repack takes a 2-2. It gets past Marcantonio. Kimmick racing for the plate. He's going to score. And the Wolff division takes the lead here in the 9th. Kimmick, great base running. His speed, uses it. And the Wolff All-Stars take the lead here in the top of the 9th.
Kimmick advances to second on a steal, comes to third on a wild pitch, and comes home on a wild pitch. All around base running.
He willed
all around
willed
player.
Himself. Jake Kimmick was slumped early on, and he went on an absolute tear. He was hitting about 448 a few months ago. He's cooled off a couple of weeks ago, rather, as Repack takes ball forward outside. He's on first base. He was about 4-something a couple of months ago. Weeks ago. And he's cooled off a little bit, but he's still done very well.
And now still an opportunity for insurance with a runner on first base. And Chris Reeder stepping up to the plate. And this makes me a lot more excited to see one of the guys I've been excited to watch this entire night, Joe Sheets.
Joey Sheets, I cannot wait for Joey Sheets.
Coming in for the save to lock it down, going to be a lot of fun.
Now, Joe Sheets, it's funny. He's one of the funniest guys I know. His Reeder sends one down the left field line. It's falling fast. It's in there. It's down the line. Heading for third is Repack. And there's runners on second and third. Repack keeps going. The throw home is not in time. An RBI double for Chris Reeder. And the Wolff division takes a 2-run lead here in the top of the 9th inning. Chris Reeder, you have just earned my MVP vote as of now. We and Eli were just told that we actually get votes for the MVP. So, Reeder, you got mine.
A huge RBI double, obviously by Chris Reeder. That insurance run is huge. And now our guy Kyle Richards is stepping up to the plate with a run on second.
Now, I was not at all expecting Repack to go. I wasn't expecting it. I thought he was going to stop at third.
He just kept on going.
Repack is so fast as Richards takes ball 1. Marcantonio really having trouble finding the baseball right now. 2 runs are scored in this inning. And you know what? I'm a little bit sad I wasn't in the dugout for that. They were going crazy. I love it. They're all on the rail. Both dugouts. You know they're invested in this game. I love it.
That's not very often you see that at a collegiate all-star game. Everyone is up on the dugout. Everyone is absolutely loving this. Look at the bullpens. The bullpens are empty. Everyone's on the top step in the dugout.
That's what I love about baseball, man. I mean, these kids, they're here to have fun, but they want to win too. And as Chase said, they want to win this game. And right now, the Wolff division seems to be doing it. And you know what? They battle. They were the favorite in this game, I believe. I don't think anybody picked Chris Reeder with the MVP right now. He's going to. Richards sends one down the line to right field. Reeder's going to score. Richards heading for second. And now the Wolff division has a 3-run lead as Richards is racing for third. He is safe. Another run home. And now it's an 8-5 game.
Kyle Richards. We have talked about him all night. He's going to go out there and swing his shoes off, and he wants MVP. RBI dribble to put the division up by a
8-5.
score of 8-5.
No, I don't know if I give it to him now. Like, I mean, yes, great hit.
Nah,
but
no,
it's a little bit too
MVP.
late.
Yeah, it's a
No,
little too late
little
for
too
that.
late. Chris Reeder, you got that.
He hits a
because-
homer there.
Maybe
some
maybe.
consideration.
But even Ryan Ford's homer was kind of like a better. It was a more like.
And
homer.
it was
Gave him the
a
lead.
3-run homer.
Yeah. But
No
Oppo
denying.
Taco though, Oppo Taco maybe.
Yeah, that was a great piece of hitting as well. Taking it the other way, he crushed that ball.
Absolutely. So here comes Nicholas.
Bases,
Pitch.
infield in yet again.
So a double and a triple. So back-to-back hits. Third hit of the inning. 3 runs are in. The 1-0 to Nicholas. He swings and fouls one back. So what was your highlight of tonight so far? I mean, obviously it's not over, but we're getting there.
Everything.
Everything.
Specifically in the box, like in this booth though. There's nothing better than being able to call a game. And as I was telling you, I don't know if we were on or off air, but I haven't had a partner for my Pilots
Absolutely.
broadcast all
Neither
season.
have I. I've had.
You haven't either.
I've had I've had some players come on a little bit. Actually, I shouldn't say I hadn't had a partner. My dad actually came on. That was actually a really cool experience. My dad came on and did some color commentary for me. But it's interesting to see like 2 broadcast students, me at Penn State, you at Ithaca, just going about our business, doing our thing.
Absolutely.
1-2 to Nicholas, right there, just low.
And it's nice to see the setup and be able to see that scoreboard on the screen and the video, because for the Pilots, I'm doing it off my phone.
Yeah.
Into just an audio stream. So, it's pretty tough. There's no commercials. It's just dead air where there would be commercials. So it's really nice to see this setup and see this experience.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't get to have commercials either. I actually have to make my own commercials. But
Even just the screen,
yeah,
though.
no, it's nice, and it's nice. You know what? As Gens and Caps fans will attest to, it's nice to be able to see the whole field. Usually, first base is cut off. 3-2 pitch to Nicholas. Just low. That's going to be ball 4, and that's going to bring up Casey Caulfield. He's going to hit with runners on the corners with only 1 down. And I give the Kaiser division credit. They battled all night. They had the lead. Again, not favored in this game. What would you have put the line? I would have put the line at the beginning of this game. Obviously, you can't. There's no betting on this, but I would have put the line -3.5.
Oh, that's a big margin.
In favor of.
I was gonna say maybe 1.5.
Really? I mean, 3.5.
Just because it's an all-star game and everyone's only pitching 1 inning.
You're correct. Yeah. Okay.
But-
you got
but-
Joey Sheets. If Joey Sheets is pitching this game, he's going to shut out.
If I had Winston Allen starting this game and Sheets as your closer reliever, just them two, and Winston Allen going as long as he can, maybe I'm talking 3+, maybe 3.5 plus.
I actually wanted. Weird topic. I kind of wanted to switch gears here. So obviously, there's a lot of all stars here. Who do you think was kind of a little bit of a snub on the Pilots? Because for me, for the Gens, I think it might have been a little bit of Phil Stahl. Phil Stahl maybe deserved it a little bit. But he is not here. He's a great player. He's going to go play for Monmouth. But who would you say is an all-star, a little bit of an all-star snub for the Pilots?
That's a good question. Joe Pachek was voted here, but he's not here, and I really feel that it just doesn't feel the same without him, because he's the star of this team. I mean, the guys who are here are really just the best players. I wouldn't really say that there's a snub. Chris Walker, Vince DiNicola, and Kyle Richards have just been powering this team, and same thing with Winston Allen, obviously. Chris Sabo.
1-1 pitch is outside on the outside corner for a strike. Caulfield down in the count 1-2. Where are you looking to go next year? Because next year I've been looking at leagues. I've been looking at internships. I've been talking with my internship people as Caulfield takes outside ball too. I'm thinking about maybe Alaska. There's an Alaska.
The Alaskan Baseball League.
I think that would be like a really cool experience.
That would be insane. I don't know if I'm quite ready for that. I'd honestly just want to go wherever A has the best stream.
Exactly.
B is the best just opportunity around and sees the most baseball. wherever I can do the most baseball every single day. Like, especially for you, where you have the Generals and the Caps playing on the same stadium. So you're broadcasting, what, 4+ games a
A
week?
lot. Well, if it was just the Gens, like obviously the Caps are only around for this year. I hope they're around for beyond because they're a fun team. But they're only around for this year as Caulfield sends one down the left field line foul. I would have done both home and away. But yeah, no, it's awesome that I only wanted something like chill for this summer. Just relaxed. Like I didn't have to go super far. It helps that Moody Park is 10 minutes away from my house, and and the ACBL is a great organization. I love the Trenton Generals. I love what Mike Olsen has been able to do. He's put together 2 pretty good teams. There goes Nicholas as the pitch is fouled at the plate. Caulfield stays alive.
Caulfield's putting up a great at-bat here. 7-8 pitches so far. With a runner 90 feet away, Caulfield's really, really battling.
Absolutely. And I'd like to thank my family for coming out here today. I know my mom is listening down there, I think. I know a bunch of my family's here tonight. It's funny that they're here, like, watching the game, but I'm up in the booth, so they can't exactly hear me all the time. But it's cool that they came. They're always supporting me. As Caulfield slaps one foul, they're great at bat. But what is the coolest thing you've ever done on a baseball field? Because I know I actually got a memory on Snapchat. Yesterday, 5 years ago yesterday, for my 14-year-old All-Star team, I hit a walk-off double to send my team to states.
That is amazing. I had the only walk-off I had, I wouldn't consider a walk-off
Really?
because here's what happened.
That was another one off.
Here's what happened. We were up by 8 runs, runners on second and third. I hit a 2 RBI double to Mercy. So it was kind of like a walk-off because we mercied them. So everyone came out and celebrated, but that's it. Here's a great story though. 13 years old, travel team, in summer ball, hit an absolute bomb.
Caulfield strikes out. Wow, he really did. See how far he threw that bat? Oh my god.
That was
funny.
A questionable call, but it is the All-Star game. It is this
The amount of
situation.
times I've seen that this year,
You don't want to walk.
The batter thinking he walked and it's on his way to first base, tossing his bat is insane. So, but back to what you were saying about.
Okay. Hit a home run over left field wall, quite a bomb. Round the bases, think nothing of it. Come in, celebrate with my teammates. Umpire walks up to me after I'm in the dugout. I've already sat down, and he says, "Your run doesn't count. You missed second base." I missed second base. I stepped right over it, and my run didn't count. So technically, it doesn't count as a home run. But the 2 runners that were on base scored.
That's terrible, dude. Oh my god.
I've never hit another home run.
And the 0-1 pitch is inside. 1-1 now on Joe Gorla. I wish I had been here for Joe Gorla. He seems like he's really funny. Ethan and Dom are going to have to tell me, or I'm going to have to come back and listen to this after. Now, I am 100% listening to Jason Ryan's 8th inning later. It's, that was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
How often?
Pitch. Rip, down the line, foul.
How often do you have 2 players that are actively playing or have played in the actual game sitting in the booth and broadcasting it?
It's not even like they were talking about baseball. They were talking about
exactly
dumb stuff. And that was just the funniest thing. I'm telling you, when I go back to school in the fall, I go back to school August 20th, and I'm going to be really bored because I'm not going to be able to call baseball every day as the 1-2 pitch. Ooh, that was a good pitch there. That was a ball inside. Obviously going to class, you got to get your degree if you want to do this, but I'm not going to be able to call baseball games until probably February, and that's Penn State baseball, which is, it's Big Ten, but it's not as fun as this is going to be. I won't be able to, interact with the players like I have here. 2-2. Swung on, fouled away by Gorla.
Another great at bat.
I love how they're
2-2 count. This 3 straight foul balls.
They're doing this just for us. They know that we're up here, having an awesome time in the booth, and we get to stay up here for, even more longer. So, Gorla, you keep fouling pitches off. I'll keep enjoying my time up here.
100%.
Another 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball ripped down the line. Foul again. Like I did not. I've had a house in Tom's River. My grandmother lives there now. It used to be just like a summer house, and that's not far from here. The fact that I've never come to a Blue Claws game is mind-boggling because I'm obviously a Phillies fan, and they're so close. And this stadium is beautiful.
I came to one a couple of years ago,
I did
and
not,
I'm like an hour 15 plus.
I did not expect this field to be this nice. As Gorla hits a little dribbler up the third base line, coming in on it is Cilio. He throws across. As Gorla didn't even run. That inning will
He
be
thought that
over.
hit his foot.
I think he thought it hit his
So
foot.
did everyone. Everyone stopped running. He
Well-
thought that obviously hit off his foot, and that spin on the ball was really weird.
Absolutely.
So hard to tell from this angle, but it looked like it did.
I mean, you mentioned earlier in the night there's 4 umpires, and they didn't get that? It is what it is. So that'll end the top of the 9th inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, and 1 man was left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance time for the Kaiser All-Stars. Wolff All-Stars lead 8-5. Yeah.
Oh, you go. You go.
It is the bottom of the 9th inning. The Wolff division put up 3 runs to break the 5-5 tie. They now lead 8-5. Last licks for the Kaiser division in the bottom of the inning. And we are really excited to see this pitcher on the mound. It's a big swing and a miss
Joey Sheets!
on the first pitch. It's Joey Sheets. This season, 2-0 record, 2.49 ERA, leads the league with 34 strikeouts. Columbia University commit, fastball low and away for a ball. So the count is 1-1. And Sheets has just been so much fun to watch during this summer.
I mean, Joey Sheets, I've seen him. He pumps. There's been multiple games of double-digit strikeouts. And you know what? He's hilarious. So triple threat right there.
Thomas Scuderi, the batter, with a 2-1 count. Big
Look
swing
at
and
that.
a miss.
Blows it right by him. 2-2 on him.
That ball bounced before the catcher reader in front of him. And still swinging at it on a fastball.
So this is what happens. Oh, nice pitch.
A big swing and a miss. Slider gets him swinging, and there's 1 out. Wolff division's 2 outs away from a victory.
So this is what happens. I don't know what the fastest pitcher you ever faced was. I faced a kid by the name of Luke Wagner. He goes to Georgia now, like University of Georgia. He's a lefty. He probably throws about, I want to say 94, 95, give or take. So when you're facing a guy who throws that fast, you're not really swinging to hit the ball. You're swinging at a spot. You're trying to time him up. That's what I did. I grabbed my little bat weight. I was timing him up. I made contact off him. I didn't get a hit, but I saw that. And there's a called strike 2. I was just trying to time him up. I got the timing down. I made contact, and I was proud of myself for that right there.
Yeah, the velo is always tough.
And that's what they're doing right here.
A guy can have a sweeping breaking ball that drops an insane amount as Justin Scotto, the batter, fouls one back. But the velo, being able to catch up to it in the blink of an eye, you have to decide whether or not you want to pull the trigger.
And that's what a lot of people don't really get about baseball. Everyone's
Exactly. It's
talking
the
about
hardest sport in the world.
it is. Well, I wouldn't say you know what I would
You
not
know
say
what?
it's the hardest
You're right.
sport.
You're right. There are
But
some
the
very, very tough
hardest
sports.
thing to do in sports is hit a round ball with a round bat squarely. That is the hardest thing to do in sports, bar none. Now there are other sports that are physically taxing. More I would say the most physically taxing sport is hockey.
Yes. Hockey is a very hard sport.
Like I love playoff hockey. Nothing compares to playoff hockey.
And speaking of taxing, as Scotto chops one to the shortstop, Caulfield throws to first just in time.
Gorla's
down
down.
at first base is Gorla.
And that's not really what you
He
want to
is
see.
in
Is the
serious
coaches
pain.
come running out to first base? That's not what you want to see. The All-Star game is almost over. This is just for fun, and he does not look good. He's on the ground. He's moving, but he looks like he's in a lot of pain. And if he ends up coming off the field, that's going to be an unfortunate end to what was such a beautiful night tonight.
Wow, that looks like the left calf that he's holding. The back of his foot. Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Joe Gorla he's a great player. It's an unfortunate. I was looking forward to seeing him. I don't know if the Gens or Caps play the Blazers again. I have to check the schedule. But I know for those of you who are Generals and Capitals fans, the game there will be a game this weekend on Saturday. I'll be broadcasting that right there. But I really don't know who's playing just yet. We'll figure that out. Also, everyone, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. We're gonna be posting a bunch of All-Star Game content soon, and we'll get the rest of the streams. And even for the playoffs, get the rest of the streams going up. Even for the playoffs, I believe the season will end August 7th, the very last day. It's August 7th. So you don't want to miss the stretch. You don't want to miss the last part. As Gorla's gonna come off, and I believe that's gonna be Dina Cole to come back in the game. He already played, but it's an all-star game. You got to put somebody at first base. Gorla walked off under his own power, but let's hope he's okay.
You do not want to see that in an all-star
You don't want to see that. I mean,
what a shame.
It's good that he walked off.
Yes, he walked off with a little limp.
I was worried about an ACL tear right there, but we'll see. I've seen what that looks like. One of my friends tore the ACL right in front of me, and that's not good. But Gorla, let's hope you're okay. And there are 2 outs here, one more out, and you know what? I've loved tonight. As Joey Sheets coming on the mound to finish it off. He's been loose all night. I know we were talking to him, earlier in the game, and he's just ready. He's dialed in. Laser focus.
0-2 count on Robert Estrada. One pitch away. Swing and a miss. They got him.
The Wolff division takes the game, 8-5.
Joey Sheets gets the save. A great performance by the Wolff division. They get the victory. ACBL All-Star Game has been concluded. We haven't put in our votes for the MVP, though.
I picked Chris Reeder.
Chris Reeder?
Chris Reeder. I mean, you can't pick Jake Kimmick there just because, he scored on a wild pitch. Now, if there was a cool base, if there was an Eric Hosmer play remember that World Series a couple of years ago? If it was played like that, maybe I'd vote for Jake Kimmick. But I'm picking Chris Reeder right now. Who are you picking?
I feel like you got to go Reeder as well.
Reeder? Okay. I mean, I don't know who we tell. We'll figure that out at some point. I'm gonna text Olshin. 2 votes for Chris Reeder for the All-Star game.
I mean, I kind of though.
I would like to pick Kyle.
Kind of.
Ryan Ford.
I feel like you can't pick him because he lost.
So definitely 2 votes for Chris Reeder.
I'm also Ben Watson had an amazing.
I don't know because Chris Reeder got the insurance
2 for 3
wrong.
with an RBI.
Did he? He went because Ben Watson because remember they took him out after the 5th, so he went 1 for 3. Oh no, you're right. He did go 2 for 3, but I think Chris Reeder's hit was it was more important and stuff. You know what I mean? It was more important. So I'm gonna say Chris Reeder. You can say Ben Watson if you want to.
Sure.
So you're gonna say Ben Watson.
Still there.
I know. So you're gonna say Ben Watson?
I'll go Ben Watson.
Okay, so final tally. The totals for this game: 8 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors for the Wolff division, and 5 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Kaiser division. So again, a great night here. A great display of baseball talent across the ACBL. I'm JC Calavita for Eli Fishman. Thank you for joining us this evening, and have a great night.